On the first day of the holiday, it was a sunny day. The weather was very good, and the warm sunlight shone on the earth. The capital of the Illumination Empire was located in the south of the runic world. The main crop was rice. At the end of September and the beginning of October, the rice harvest had been completed. It was now the end of April, but that did not mean that there was nothing going on in the farmland. Lu stood at the window and watched the residents of the small town walk out of the town one after another. There were young and old, big and small, men and women. As long as there was labor force, they would be sent out to work outside the town. Working outside the town was risky, but for the sake of food and to fill their stomachs, there was nothing they could do. Hestia originally wanted to bring Shu Xiaoxiao out to work, but she was stopped by Lu. Even Shu Dahai was puzzled by Lu's behavior. "Child, why are you stopping me?" "That's right." "Lu, what's the matter, Auntie? It's not safe for you to go out with Xiaoxiao," Lu said. "I heard from Dahai that every time you go out, you're always very afraid, but you're too embarrassed to say it out loud." Hestia glanced at Shu Xiaoxiao, but sighed helplessly. "Of course I know, but if we don't farm, what are we going to eat?" Lu smiled. He took out a bag of heavy gold coins from the runic space and handed them to Hestia. "These gold coins will be enough for you to live for a long time." In the rune world, gold coins were the currency of the 9 great empires. Other than that, all kinds of treasures and beast essence crystals also had purchasing power. In Lu's rune space, gold coins were piled up like a mountain. Everyone stared at Lu with their mouths agape? Especially Shu Dahai. His mouth was wide open. He had always thought that Lu was a commoner like him. But Lu had taken out such a large bag of gold coins? This was still a commoner? Your family's commoner also had so many gold coins? This isn't suitable. How can I take your gold coins? Although the gold coins were tempting, Hestia did not accept it. Instead, she waved her hand to express her rejection. "Auntie, please accept it. I am not lacking in gold coins. Moreover, Dahai and I are good friends. It is only right for me to do all these." Lu turned to Shu Dahai and said, "Dahai, I am not from the 9 great empires. I am from the heavenly battlefield. However, no matter who I am or what my identity is, we are good friends." Shu Dahai was a good person. He was also very pure-hearted. In a sense, he was kinder than Rexton and the others. The first time they met, Shu Dahai had been protecting him. When Lu was choosing the divine beast eggs, he had said that if his divine pet was not good, he would help him capture another divine beast. So Lu decided to make this friend. As for friends, Lu had always been very generous. It was just a bag of gold coins. In the future, when Shu Dahai began to improve his runic cultivation, there were still many treasures in his rune space that could be helpful to his runic cultivation. He could give them all to him. However, Lu did not give too many gold coins. These gold coins were enough for his family to live for a long time. He could have them moved to the capital of the Illumination Empire right now, but this was not a good thing for Shu Dahai. Shu Dahai had always dreamed of having his family move to the city. If he directly asked them to move to the city or gave them a large amount of gold coins, then Shu Dahai's feelings for him would change. That would become gratitude and respect. It would no longer be a simple friendship. This was something that Lu did not want to see. Moreover, Shu Dahai's family would definitely not accept such a large amount of gold coins. However, he could still accept this bag of gold coins. Looking at Lu's sincere gaze, Shu Dahai's lips moved. He wanted to say something but hesitated. "Lu, you." Lu patted Shu Dahai's shoulder and laughed softly. "We're all brothers. There's no need to stand on ceremony. It's also a token of my goodwill." "Okay." Shu Dahai looked deeply at Lu. His heart was pounding violently. Then, he nodded heavily. He would remember this favor. "Mom, you can take it. This is Lu's goodwill," Shu Dahai said to his mother. "Yes, Auntie. I am Dahai's friend. You are also my family." Lu revealed a sincere smile. In his heart, he had indeed treated Shu Dahai's family as his own family. "All right. Thank you, Lu." Hestia accepted the bag of gold coins. Her eyes were slightly moist. At 3 in the afternoon, Lu and Shu Dahai sat comfortably on the chairs on the balcony. Their long legs were placed on the railing, and they felt drowsy. The afternoon sun made people drowsy. Beside him was a small square table. On the table was the flower tea that Shu Xiaoxiao had brewed for them. At this moment, a low and ear-piercing alarm sounded. Beep, beep, beep. Lu and Shu Dahai flipped over and jumped up from the chairs. Soon, Hestia and Shu Xiaoxiao, who were at home, also ran to the balcony. Hestia said, "This is a level 2 alarm, second only to a level 1 prevention alarm. The danger comes from the sky. We have to go to the air raid shelter to hide. It's the safest place." Hestia was about to take them downstairs, but Lu and Shu Dahai didn't move. "Son, Lu, let's go." Lu and Shu Dahai looked at each other. "Mom, Auntie, we are rune makers and beast masters. According to the rules of the 9 empires, once a level 2 alarm is sounded, as long as you are a beast master, a rune master from another department, or some wild adventurer, you must join the defense team nearby." Tears flowed down Hestia's face. "Mom, sister, you guys go to the bomb shelter. Dahai, Lu, you must come back alive, don't try to be brave." "Don't worry, Auntie." After sending Shu Dahai's mother and sister into the bomb shelter, Lu followed Shu Dahai to the square of Termite Town. By the time they arrived, there were already more than 10 people gathered in the square. Mecha was also in the team. When he saw Lu and Shu Dahai, he even greeted them excitedly. Among the more than 10 people, 8 of them were young beast masters, the patrol team members of Termite Town. The last time Lu saw Jack, he was also there. Jack was the leader of the patrol team. Jack said loudly, "This is an urgent matter, so I'll make it short. Just now, the Imperial capital sent an urgent message, asking us to sound the air defense alarm. A large number of demonized bats have just invaded Star Ocean City in the south. Star Ocean City has suffered heavy losses. According to the intelligence, most of the demonized bats have flown towards the Imperial capital, and they will definitely pass by Termite Town. The world was in a flood. In such a situation, the United States would be doing business for a period of time. Most of the beasts that were in a flood were not very strong. They were usually black iron grade beasts, such as demonized sparrows, demonized bats, fog birds, black plague rats, soul-eating ants, bloodthirsty locusts. In terms of individual strength, they were indeed not that strong. However, one mustn't think that the destructive power of these individually weak black iron grade fierce beasts wasn't that great. Once they formed a group and came in large numbers, they would possess the ability to destroy a city. Once the level 1 alarm sounded, it meant that a large city was likely to be destroyed. When the level 2 alarm sounded, it proved that the situation was already very serious. Our mission is to take advantage of the fact that the demonized bats haven't arrived yet to help the townspeople who are going out to return to the town. When the demonized bats appear, we will defend against the invasion of the demonized bats. Do you understand? Understood. Jack looked at the 8 young beast masters solemnly. The 8 of you, report the name and strength of your divine beast so that I can arrange the mission. Alan, divine beast violent crocodile, middle grade black iron, water attribute. Gaia, divine beast silver moon greedy wolf, low grade black iron, wind attribute. Zuo Fei, divine beast wind chasing leopard, high grade black iron, wind attribute. Shu Dahai, divine beast light wind wolf, low grade black iron, wind attribute. Lu, divine beast stormhawk, top grade black iron, gold and wind attributes. As soon as Lu finished his words, all the beast masters in the square looked at Lu in surprise, their eyes full of disbelief. There were only a few beast masters in the town. They were not familiar with Lu, and it was their first time seeing Lu. However, Lu did not look old, he should be a recent freshman. The freshmen only awakened Divine Beast at the beginning of September and became students of Divine Beast Academy. But now, his Divine Beast strength was already top-grade black iron? Was this a joke? Shu Dahai said. What Lu said is true. Moreover, he has already jumped to grade 3 class 1. I am also a student of the Divine Beast Academy. I can testify. Mecha also raised his hand and said, I can also prove that everyone in our school knows about Lu's matter. Since there was someone who testified for Lu, then it meant that Lu was not lying. Immediately, their expressions became even more shocked. Jack was also stunned for a while, then, he came back to his senses and said, All right, nice. Bring the other students aside from Lu and form a reserve team. Gather the residents near town to maintain the security of the town and organize the residents to save themselves. Implement the wartime regulations. If anyone disobeys the arrangements, they can be killed on the spot. Nice was a member of the patrol team. He stood out and said, Understood. Then, Jack turned to look at Lu. Lu, our team is very lacking in flying-type divine pets. I want to add you to the combat team. Do you agree? Lu asked back, is this an order? Of course not. I just want to ask for your opinion. If you want to join the reserve team, I can understand, Jack said. After all, you are still a student and a genius. Hearing Lu's question, Jack subconsciously thought that Lu was afraid of fighting with fierce beasts. However, Lu said loudly, Captain, I understand what you mean, but I want to join the battle. Okay, since you are willing to join the battle team, as an exchange of palms, I want you to give the first order. Jack looked at the young Lu and said, that is, you must be able to wrap up your own life as the premise. If you encounter a life-threatening situation, I will allow you to leave the battle team and run for your life. None of the other old members of the Termite Town patrol team raised any objections. Lu was still young. If it weren't for this special situation, he wouldn't even need to participate in the battle. Captain, this order, you're still young. The living you is more valuable than the dead, Jack said loudly. Start to give your own orders. The reserve team will follow Nice, and the combat team will follow me. The combat team, including Lu, had a total of 9 people walking out of the town. At this time, the residents near the town heard the sirens and had already begun to infiltrate the town. Jack ordered, first, I'll assign the first mission. We don't need to care about the people near the town. They will get back themselves. We need to help those who are far away from the town and the village. Try to bring them to the town or the nearby villages to avoid danger before the demonized bats arrive. We are only saving people, not risking ourselves. If you see the demonized bats, don't tangle with them. Run away immediately. If you can't make it, go into the dense forest and dig a hole in the ground to hide. If you can come back, try to go back to the town. When you come back, all of you go back to the bomb shelter. I will deploy the defense and control system then. Do you all understand? Yes, all the members of the patrol team responded loudly. Jack said, there are 9 of us. Each of us will go in one direction and notify the nearby villages about the attack of the demonized bats. Save as many people as you can. Don't try to be brave. Lu, follow me. Captain, my divine pet is very fast and very strong. Jack was speechless. How many top-grade black iron divine pets can there be? How strong can it be? Seeing that Jack did not believe him, Lu did not explain. Instead, he turned around and summoned the Stormhawk. Stormhawk, come out. Screech. The moment the Stormhawk came out, the 9 patrol members were shocked. Not long ago, after the Stormhawk evolved to top-grade black iron, its wings had already reached a terrifying 15 meters. It circled in the sky, looking like a huge monster that blotted out the sun. Jack raised his head to look at the Stormhawk and said in shock, FCK, it's really a big guy. What did it eat to grow up? It grew naturally. How fast is it? Stormhawk, show me your speed. As the Stormhawk's level increased, it could sense Lu's heart more and more. Immediately, it started to show off. Everyone saw a black flash and the Stormhawk disappeared from everyone's sight. Oh my god! Jack could not help but exclaim. Your divine pet is actually faster than my bronze-grade meteor sparrow. Yes, Captain. Lu responded very calmly. Jack swallowed his saliva and asked tentatively, he's so big, can he take you flying? Yes, but the speed will decrease a little, after hearing that. Jack's eyes lit up. Then the plan has changed. Lu will act alone. You immediately notify the 2 most remote small villages in the south of Termite Town, Red Fruit Village and Venus Village. These 2 villages are mountain roads, and only you can fly over them quickly. You let them sound the alarm bell and summon everyone in the village. Then you think about all the areas in Termite Town and help those villagers who are farther away from the town and villages. Do you understand? Understood, Captain. Take this map with you. Don't get the location wrong. Let's start moving. After Jack finished speaking, he handed the map to Lu. Then, he and the other beast masters summoned their divine pets and rushed in 8 directions. Lu glanced at the map and knew the specific location. Stormhawk, take me with you. We'll fly south. In front of Lu, the Stormhawk extended a pair of wide wings to him. Are you asking me to ride on your back? The Stormhawk nodded. You can take me flying? The Stormhawk nodded again. That's great. Lu knew that his Stormhawk was very special. It was very likely that because of the 2 extraordinary talents, its body size far exceeded that of fierce beasts of the same level. If an ordinary flying fierce beast wanted to carry a human, It had to be at least a silver grade, and it had to be a large-scale flying divine pet. But Lu's Stormhawk, a mere top-grade black iron, could carry a human. Sitting on the back of the Stormhawk flapped its wings, creating a whirlwind. Then, it carried Lu and soared into the sky. Jack's divine pet was also a light wind wolf, but it was much bigger than Shu Dahai's light wind wolf. At this moment, riding on the back of the wolf, seeing Lu riding the Stormhawk into the sky, he was extremely envious. Light wind wolf, if only you could fly with me too. The running light wind wolf glanced at Jack, and its mind said, I'm afraid you're thinking of eating a fart. The back of the Stormhawk was extremely wide. Sitting on it and looking down at the vast land, Lu suddenly felt that his heart had become much wider. With the strong wind, Lu opened his mouth and shouted, "Ah!" However, due to the high airflow, Lu's voice could not be spread out. He shouted at the top of his lungs, but Lu felt very happy. At this moment, a few demonized bats appeared in front of Lu. Looking at these demonized bats, Lu knew that this was a sign of large-scale demonized bats coming. Looking at the ugly demonized bats, Lu frowned and said, "Stormhawk, kill them." The Stormhawk let out a sharp eagle cry and shot out 3 wind blades at the same time. Facing the wind blades that the Stormhawk shot out, the 3 demonized bats had no way to resist at all. They were directly cut into pieces in the air. These 3 demonized bats were only low-grade black iron. The difference between their strength and the Stormhawk was too great. After killing these 3 demonized bats, Lu only received 21 experience points. Lu could not help but pucker his lips. What a trash demonized bat. Soon, the flat ground disappeared, replaced by a mountainous area. Within a few minutes, Lu saw the Red Fruit Village. The Stormhawk descended from the sky, directly causing a commotion in the Red Fruit Village. Many villagers of the Red Fruit Village thought that it was an attack from a strange beast and immediately ran away. Someone saw Lu on the back of the Stormhawk and immediately shouted, "Everyone, don't panic. There's someone up there. It must be the Beast Master." Lu didn't get off the Stormhawk. He directly shouted to the villagers on the back of the Eagle, "Termite Town, sound the level 2 alarm. A large number of demonized bats are expected to attack. Immediately inform the villagers to return to the bomb shelter to take refuge." "Yes, Beast Master." The villagers of Red Fruit Village quickly took action. After Lu finished informing them of the news, he didn't waste time. When he left, he had already heard Red Fruit Village sound the alarm. The villagers who heard the alarm immediately rushed back to the village. 5 minutes later, Lu arrived at the Venus Village, informing them of the impending attack of the demonized bats. Along the way, the Stormhawk killed many demonized bats. In addition to the demonized bats, he also bumped into a few fleeing meteor sparrows and giant black feathered eagles. These large flying-type fierce beasts didn't want the demonized bats to appear in groups, so they had no choice but to run for their lives in the face of the demonized bats. Otherwise, they would be devoured by the demonized bat group. After completing his mission, Lu did not immediately return to Termite Town. Instead, he patrolled the south side of Termite Town, planning to pick up some villagers. Rural areas were different from cities. Not everyone could hear the sound of the air raid sirens. Soon, he saw some villagers working in the farmland near Termite Town. Lu subconsciously looked to the horizon. A black line had appeared in the horizon. The demonized bats were approaching soon. If the villagers below were allowed to survive by themselves, it would be too late. Lu immediately shouted to the villagers below, "The level 2 air defense alarm has been sounded, follow me immediately." When the villagers who were working below heard Lu's shout, they immediately stopped working and panicked. Although they did not know what the level 2 air defense alarm test meant, they knew that the alarm definitely meant that something dangerous was about to happen. "Stormhawk, take them away together." Lu clearly felt the rejection and reluctance of the Stormhawk. How could the proud Stormhawk allow these lowly humans to ride on its back? It was the ruler of the sky, the king of flying-type divine pets. If not for the fact that Lu was the master of the Stormhawk, no matter how powerful he was, he would not have been able to sit on the back of the Stormhawk. This was the pride of the Stormhawk. What if I insist? Lu frowned. If he let these villagers escape back to the village by themselves at this time, it would definitely be too late. He could only let the Stormhawk suffer. The Stormhawk let out a few high-pitched cries in dissatisfaction. In the end, it lowered its proud head and chose to retreat. There was no wooden house, and Lu was its master. Moreover, the loyalty of the Stormhawk had reached 99. If Lu said it, the Stormhawk would definitely carry it out. Lu rubbed the head of the Stormhawk. Divine pets all had personalities. The Stormhawk had a proud personality, but it was still very obedient. Lu looked down and saw that there were 3 villagers in total. This was not going to be easy. However, Lu suddenly saw a fishing boat that had stopped not far away. Beside it, a net was drying. Lu's eyes immediately lit up. When the Stormhawk took off again, its 2 claws held net, the 3 villagers in the fishing net. It had to be said that if it was not for this fishing net, it would not be easy to save these villagers. Although they could also sit on the back of the Stormhawk, it would definitely affect the flight of the Stormhawk. And now, the Stormhawk only needed to grab onto the fishing net. These villagers were very firmly caught in the fishing net. Following that, Lu brought the Stormhawk and continued to fly around the southern area of Termite Town. They saved another 6 villagers, and they were all covered in the fishing net. It had to be said that it was really convenient to be caught in the fishing net. After bringing so many people, even with the Stormhawk's 15-meter-tall body and its 2 extraordinary talents, it still felt very laborious. Its speed had become much slower, and it could not maintain its high-altitude flight. It seemed that it would soon fall from the sky. After killing a few demonized bats on the way, they finally sent these villagers to the nearby bomb shelter in the village. After surviving the calamity, these villagers excitedly bowed to Lu. "Thank you, Beast Master. Thank you, Beast Master. If it weren't for Beast Master, I'm afraid we would have lost our lives." Lu sat cross-legged on the back of the Stormhawk and waved his hand. "Quickly hide in the bomb shelter." The demonized bats were about to arrive. "Sir, aren't you coming with us?" The villagers had already seen the black dots in the sky in the south. "No need, I still have a mission. Take care, Beast Master." "Be careful, sir." The Stormhawk took Lu into the sky again. Lu looked to the south. The black dots had gathered together and dyed half of the sky black. The densely packed demonized bats were terrifying. They kept squeaking, making people's ears ache. It was a life-threatening sound. The Stormhawk charged at the demonized bats and let out a furious roar. That's right, the Stormhawk didn't have any time to leave. On the contrary, it was extremely angry. The sky was occupied by these ugly demonized bats. As the ruler of the sky, how could it allow such a thing to happen? "Let's go back to Termite Town." Seeing this, Lu chose to return to Termite Town first. He didn't lose his mind, and recklessly commanded the Stormhawk to kill the demonized bats. Any low-grade fierce beast, once gathered in large numbers, would form a terrifying destructive power. Not to mention the Stormhawk, even silver-grade and gold-grade fierce beasts would be devoured cleanly by the dense horde of fierce beasts. The level gap between these demonized bats and the Stormhawk was very large. The highest potential for growth could only be top-grade black iron. However, when tens of thousands of demonized bats appeared, even a dead low-grade black iron demonized bat would possess terrifying strength. The Stormhawk may be fast, but it would run out of energy. Once the physical exhaustion by these thousands of demonized bats besieged, it was difficult to escape, and it was likely to die under the siege of these ugly demonized bats. After all, the Stormhawk is a wind pet, not a rare space pet. Lu was able to use the time rune to freeze time for a minute. But he could only act on his own within a meter of the range. It was no use to the overwhelming number of demonized bats, not to mention that the Stormhawk could not escape. Lu had Termite Town to protect. If he did this rashly, Lu will be the one to suffer. We had to go back to Termite Town and follow Captain Jack's orders. And right now, the ground is shaking. Below the demonized bats, it was filled with countless clouds of dust. Lu looked at the clouds of dust. There were countless fierce beasts running and flying. At the forefront were 2 gold-grade iron-winged lightning horses, followed by more than 20 silver-grade savage bison herds. Following behind the bison herds were a herd of iron-backed wild boars, a red-haired baboon, and a few wild bear cubs. In the sky, there were also flying-type fierce beasts that were gold-grade beasts. They were being chased by the dense swarm of demonized bats. These fierce beasts were very powerful. If it were any other time, they would be enough to intimidate an entire region. However, they were being chased by the ugly demonized bats now. In the sky, those gold-grade, silver-grade, and bronze-grade flying-type fierce beasts were easily outclassed by the demonized bats. However, on the ground, those bronze-grade fierce beasts that were moving slower or lacked stamina were soon surrounded by the demonized bat army. Lu looked at the 3 cubs of the berserk bear that had disappeared among the demonized bats and felt a little regretful. The berserk bear was definitely one of the best divine beasts that Lu could find near the imperial city. It was also the type of divine pet that Lu wanted more. The cubs of the berserk bear were very popular. The reason was that among the divine pets of beasts on land, the berserk bear was very outstanding in terms of combat strength, defense, and reaction ability. The cub of a berserk bear could be exchanged for a small villa in the imperial capital of the Illumination Empire, where every inch of land was worth gold. However, it was too late now. The berserk bear that was surrounded by the demonized bats had absolutely no chance of survival. In a few seconds, it would be devoured by these demonized bats, and even its bones would not be left. Lu sat on the back of the Storm Eagle and flew directly to Termite Town. On the way, he saw a beast master riding the light wind wolf and running wildly in the field with a few civilians. The light wind wolf was also a wind-type divine pet. Its speed was considered very good among the land-type divine beasts. However, because it was carrying so many people, even the light wind wolf's speed would be slowed down. With their current speed, they would soon be caught up by the demonized bats. Lu took a closer look. It was Captain Jack who was commanding the light wind wolf. "Captain, do you want a ride?" Lu stood on the back of the Stormhawk and shouted, "Your speed is too slow. It won't be long before the demonized bats catch up to you." Flying was always faster than running. Moreover, Jack was bringing along some villagers. Once they were entangled by the demonized bats, it was impossible for them to survive. Jack was overjoyed. He looked up at the sky and shouted, "Can you bring all of them?" "Yes, the Stormhawk can descend and bring all of them. Fortunately, you came in time." Jack heaved a sigh of relief. He also felt the tremors from the ground. Although he ran with all his might, he was extremely nervous. It was simply a race against time. After keeping the light wind wolf into the beast master space, the Stormhawk swooped down and grabbed Jack and a few other villagers in its claws. The 3 villagers were so scared that their faces were pale and their bodies were trembling. "Lu, can you be gentler? Look at how scared these villagers are." Jack, who was in the Stormhawk's claws, shouted loudly. Lu pretended not to hear him and asked, "What? I can't hear you. The airflow is too strong up there. I can't hear you at all." "I don't believe you." In just a few minutes, the Stormhawk exerted its extreme speed and brought a few people to the top of Termite Town's bomb shelter. "Captain, you guys go down first. Then, I'll go check if there's anyone else in the other places." "Alright, sorry to trouble you, but you must pay attention to your safety," Jack shouted. "Lu, let me tell you, under normal circumstances, the demonized bats will fly at a low altitude. They can't stand the pressure and airflow at a high altitude. Once you discover that you can't go down to the ground, have your divine pet fly high into the sky and hide in the clouds to avoid the pursuit of the demonized bats." "Alright, I understand." Lu nodded and flew in another direction with the Stormhawk. Along the way, he met a few villagers. When he flew north, a large number of demonized bats finally appeared. It was definitely too late to rush back to Termite Town at this time. "Stormhawk, take off." Thud, a loud and clear eagle boom. The Stormhawk grabbed the few civilians and soared into the sky. In the high clouds, Lu looked down at the earth. The low sky was soon dyed black by the dense demonized bats, like a black tide. They kept making sharp chirping sounds, which made people shiver all over. The doomsday-like scene scared the few villagers until they fainted. They were just ordinary villagers and had never seen such a scene before. At this moment, an idea flashed through Lu's mind. "Stormhawk, use your wind blade skill on these ugly bats. Shoot at will." The Stormhawk understood. One after another, wind blades shot towards the lower sky that was covered by the demonized bats. "Ding! Your divine pet Stormhawk has killed a black iron high-grade demonized bat. Express +40. Ding! Your divine pet Stormhawk has killed a black iron high-grade demonized bat. Express +40. Ding! Your divine pet Stormhawk has killed a black iron high-grade demonized bat. Express +40. The system notifications kept ringing in his ears. Lu's mouth was about to burst out into laughter. Although these demonized bats were rampant, this was the best time to farm. Although the demonized bats gave Lu less experience, he couldn't handle the large number of them. Moreover, he didn't need to expend much energy. As long as he casually shot them, he could gain experience. It was like picking up nothing. Ding! Your divine beast, Stormhawk, has continuously uses Windblade. After experiencing the profound meaning of Windblade, it have comprehended a skill. Chain Windblades. Chain Windblades, Wind-type skill, releases multiple Windblades at once. According to the divine beast's strength, it releases different amounts of Windblades. It is extremely destructive. Not bad, not bad. You actually comprehended a skill. Lu laughed happily. Stormhawk, show these ugly bats the power of chain Windblades. 10 huge Windblades shot out. Wherever the Windblades passed, countless demonized bats would fall from the sky. Even a top-grade black iron demonized bat could not match the Stormhawk's continuous Windblades. Both in terms of numbers and power, they were much stronger than the previous Windblades. Moreover, under the extraordinary talent, Storm King, the Stormhawk's continuous Windblades were increased by 10 times. It could be said that it was extremely terrifying. Ding! Your divine beast Stormhawk has killed a black iron high-grade demonized bat. Express plus 100. Ding! Your divine beast Stormhawk has killed a black iron middle-grade demonized bat. Express plus 50. Ding! Your divine beast Stormhawk has killed a black iron low-grade demonized bat. Express plus 20. Ding! Your divine beast Stormhawk has successfully advanced to low-grade bronze. Under the continuous harvesting of Stormhawk's Windblades, Lu gained a huge amount of experience. He directly upgraded Stormhawk to low-grade bronze. One word: awesome, from the beginning to the end. At this moment, the demonized bats also noticed that they had been massacred. Among them, the most powerful demonized bat, which had to be of the highest grade of black iron, started to fly towards Stormhawk. Among these demonized bats, only those that had reached top-grade black iron or high-grade black iron could barely fly high in the sky. Stormhawk, dodge and kill at the same time. The Stormhawk gently flapped its wings and rose up once again, distancing itself from the demonized bats of top-grade black iron. A series of Windblades shot out, mercilessly slaughtering these demonized bats. Bats would always be bats. The sky would never belong to the bats. The only thing that could dominate the sky was a ferocious bird like the Stormhawk. Not to mention that the Stormhawk had the Dark Knight Meteor and the Storm King's talent bonus. These demonized bats could not even touch the feathers of the Stormhawk. In front of the Stormhawk, they were like little brothers, like lambs waiting to be slaughtered. Dang! Your divine beast Stormhawk has killed a black iron high-grade demonized bat. Express plus 100. Dang! Your divine beast Stormhawk has killed a black iron high-grade demonized bat. Express plus 100. Dang! Your divine beast Stormhawk has killed a black iron high-grade demonized bat. Express plus 100. Ding! Your divine beast Stormhawk has successfully leveled up to middle-grade bronze. The Stormhawk had leveled up once again. A beautiful system notification sounded in his mind. Ding! Your Stormhawk's continuous victories has learned a skill. Skytearing Claw. Skytearing Claw. A metal-type skill that can strengthen the Stormhawk's claws, making them as sharp and hard as metal. It can tear through any prey's body and pierce through rocks. In just half an hour, Stormhawk had leveled up once again. It had also awakened a powerful skill. It was simply invincible. If other beast masters saw this scene, their jaws would definitely drop. Their divine pets had to spend a lot of effort, making use of the crystal cores of all kinds of fierce beasts, the treasures of heaven and earth, and even the beast master's own runes in order to continuously level up. Moreover, this process was extremely slow. Even if it was a little faster, it would still take about half a year to level up. This was already considered the speed of a genius level. However, in less than 3 hours, Lu had allowed the Stormhawk to level up 2 levels. Lu was in a great mood. He commanded the Stormhawk to continue attacking. Stormhawk, continue to kill. Don't stop, after a long time. The Stormhawk flapped its wings and shot out a miniature windblade. Then, it turned its head and looked at Lu with a wronged expression. The Stormhawk had already killed until its wings were trembling. The energy in its body had been exhausted. No matter what, it was only a middle-grade bronze divine beast. The energy in its body was limited, and it was not infinite. To maintain high-altitude flight, and to continuously release a series of wind blades, Even the Stormhawk would not be able to withstand it for a few hours. Lu patted the Stormhawk's head helplessly and sighed, "Your endurance is not good, you have to train more." The Stormhawk lowered its head dejectedly, because this was the truth. Name: Stormhawk. Talent: 1. Storm King, Extraordinary, 2. Dark Knight Meteor, Extraordinary, 3. Eagle Eye, Normal. Growth Potential: Emperor Middle Grade, Strength Level, Bronze Middle Grade. Experience Points: 250 30,000. Attributes: Flight, Wind, Metal. Loyalty: 99. Skills: 1. Wind Blade 2, Ultimate Speed 3, Rapid Killing 4, Golden Body Protection 5, Chain Wind Blade 6, Skytearing Claw. The data of the Stormhawk could be said to be perfect. After using up all his energy, Lu could only give up on harvesting these demonized bats. In fact, the Stormhawk's close combat skills were quite impressive. However, the problem was that the Stormhawk was high in the sky, and Lu was still on its back. Once the Stormhawk engaged in close combat with groups of demonized bats, Lu's safety could not be guaranteed. Although Lu's body had been strengthened by runes, it was still not enough to face powerful fierce beasts. As long as he was not careful, he would be cut into pieces by the demonized bat's sharp claws. Although the Stormhawk's level had been raised to bronze grade, Lu was still not a true bronze grade beast master. Only when he was a bronze grade beast master could he have a fully formed combat strength. A bronze grade beast master could have 2 divine pets at the same time. They could send their divine pets to fight for 100 years. On the other hand, they could also borrow the power of another divine pet to protect themselves. Lu pondered, "It seems that I have to consider the matter of the second divine beast." The Stormhawk relied on Storm King and the Dark Knight Meteor, these 2 extraordinary talents. Its speed and attack power far exceeded that of other divine pets of the same level. Especially in the sky, it was an overlord-like existence. It was hard to find an opponent. Therefore, for the second divine beast, Lu was more inclined towards a defensive-type divine beast. After all, survival was very important. At this moment, the system's notification sound coincidentally rang out. Ding! Mission announcement. Sign a willing fierce beast as the second contracted divine beast. Mission reward. Reward an extraordinary talent that matches the new divine beast. The difficulty of this mission was simply too easy. The reward was just a free gift. System: any fierce beast can do it? Yes. What if the growth potential is low? Host: have you forgotten? This system can allow the divine beasts to continuously grow and strengthen. Understood. Lu only wanted to say, the system is awesome. It can be said that it completely conforms to his inner thoughts. When Lu had just transmigrated to this world, he had come into contact with runes through the system and grasped powerful runes. He then joined the Divine Beast Academy and became a beast master with the help of the system. Now, the system could also help Lu train divine pets continuously. Without a doubt, if Lu wanted to go to the Weapon Academy now and learn military tactics or attack, the system could also produce corresponding auxiliary functions. He commanded the Stormhawk to shake off these demonized bats. Lu looked in the direction of the Imperial City. In the direction of the Imperial City, a huge flame giant was slaughtering the demonized bats. Flames soared into the sky, and countless demonized bats were ignited by the 100-year-old flames, falling down like a rain of fire. It was said that even if the city guardian of the Imperial City, Alina, thought that he was a platinum-grade beast master, he was also a 7-star rune master, and was one of the top experts in the Illumination Empire. Other than the flame giant, there were also all kinds of divine pets defending against the demonized bats in the sky above the Imperial City. Lu knew that with a platinum-grade beast master, the Imperial City would not fall. For thousands of years, it was because of these rune masters and beast masters that the Illumination Empire still stood tall. A mere group of demonized bats would not be able to shake the Illumination Empire. Lu looked down at the location of Termite Town. Through the occasional analysis of the densely packed demonized bats, Lu saw that the barbed wire above Termite Town had long disappeared. However, those demonized bats didn't discover the existence of prevention and control. In the sky above the imperial capital, after the demonized bats wreaked havoc for half a day, their numbers finally decreased under the attacks of various beast masters and rune masters. Wherever the demonized bats went, fierce beasts, humans, and animals were all devoured and killed. Not even a complete skeleton was left, and they were all eaten clean. As for the grain in the fields, it was also swept clean. Fortunately, the main grain crop in the southwest part of the Illumination Empire was rice, and it had been harvested long ago. Otherwise, these villagers wouldn't know how to live through this winter. At a low altitude, the Stormhawk, which had slightly recovered its energy, casually killed the demonized bats that had fallen behind the main force. At the same time, Lu was also watching the great enemy that had been ravaged by the demonized bats. This piece of land was a mess. It was completely clean. There were no corpses, only a few scattered bones and hair. Then, Lu saw a 2-meter-tall skeleton that was lying on the ground. The skin, flesh, and blood on this skeleton had completely disappeared, only revealing a trace of broken blood-red flesh. Its internal organs had also fallen out, and a part of them had been swept away. Although its 4 limbs were still there were not many muscles left on its 4 limbs. Its head had been eaten clean. Its left eye was empty, and its eyeball had been eaten. The other eyeball was still there, but it was already broken. What was left of it was a pile of black corpses, the corpses of demonized bats. The number of demonized bat corpses had piled up into a small hill. It could be seen how ferocious this fierce beast was. Despite facing the overwhelming horde of demonized bats, it had still killed so many bats. Lu stared at the corpse, and information about the corpse appeared before his eyes. Name: Berserk Bear. Talent: 1. Rage Burst. Semi-awakened, rare. 2. Berserk Body, rare. Growth Potential: Gold grade, Strength level, Bronze low grade. Attributes: Beast, Earth. Skills: 1. Berserk Bear Paw. 2. Valiant Assault. 3. Enhanced Body. 4. Rock Armor. Wait, at this moment, Lu realized that the Berserk Bear was not dead yet. Lu looked at the Berserk Bear in astonishment. He recalled that when the demonized bat entered Termite Town, he had seen the cubs of 3 Berserk Bears that were frantically fleeing for their lives. This one could very well be one of them. As for the other 2, they should have been besieged by the demonized bats. However, what kind of willpower, bloody nature, and combat talent was it that it was able to hold on until now? Lu had seen it with his own eyes. Even a gold-grade fierce beast would be instantly eaten to death by the demonized bats, not even leaving behind a skeleton. Lu looked at its talent. Rage Burst, Semi-awakened, rare. This divine beast has a rare combat awareness, especially when it is injured in battle. It will trigger violent rage, which will increase its combat strength and weaken the effect of the injury on the divine beast. Berserk Body, rare. This divine beast's body has been greatly strengthened. Its body is extremely strong. Lu roughly understood why this Berserk Bear could survive under the siege of countless demonized bats. With 2 rare battle talents, this Berserk Bear could be said to be top tier. However, what did that semi-awakened mean? It was the first time that Lu had seen a half-awakened talent, so he asked curiously. System: why is this Berserk Bear's Rage Burst half-awakened? The system replied, a divine beast's talent is also divided into innate talent and acquired talent. Most of the divine beast's talent is formed and owned by the innate. Only a few divine beasts can stimulate the potential of the voice and awaken new talent under special circumstances. More than half of these self-stimulating talents are willpower and spirit-related talents. The divine beasts themselves need to possess incomparably strong willpower. This Berserk Bear must have awakened this talent under the stimulation of a strong battle will and a strong will to survive. Lu understood. This Berserk Bear's innate talent was indeed not bad, but it was able to survive by relying on willpower. Willpower. It was something that could not be seen or touched, but it was something that made people admire it very much. Many people would not admire those who had innate talent, but they would definitely admire those who had strong willpower. There was a medium-grade black iron demonized bat trying to approach the Berserk Bear slowly. The moment it got close, the Berserk Bear suddenly raised its right palm, which only had a few muscles left, and slapped down fiercely, turning the demonized bat into minced meat. It panted, glaring at the circling Stormhawk with its only surviving but broken eye, which was still dripping with blood, as if it was going to explode and kill all the enemies in front of it at any time. It also regarded the Stormhawk as an enemy. The size of the Stormhawk was much larger than that of the demonized bats, But even so, the berserk bear was not afraid. The life of the berserk bear was like a candle that was about to be extinguished at any moment. Lu jumped down from the back of the Stormhawk. The Stormhawk turned into a stream of light and formed a tattoo on Lu's body. He raised both of his hands to show that he had no ill intentions. Then, he slowly approached the berserk bear. The berserk bear's single eye followed Lu's movements. Fierce beasts also possessed intelligence. The higher the growth potential of the fierce beast, the higher its intelligence. And fierce beasts with growth potential of gold grade would at least have the intelligence of a 5-year-old human child. When he was about 10 meters away from the berserk bear, Lu stopped. He tried his best to ask in a gentle voice, "Berserk bear, if I save you, are you willing to be my battle partner and fight with me?" The berserk bear stared at Lu and let out an unyielding roar. Obviously, the berserk bear was not willing. This was also an arrogant fierce beast. Bang! Lu shook his head helplessly and swung his fist, smashing heavily onto the berserk bear's huge head. The heavily injured and dying berserk bear was directly knocked unconscious by this punch. As expected, to deal with this kind of stubborn temper, the fist is the most effective. Lu cut open his finger and pressed the fresh blood onto the berserk bear's forehead. Immediately after, a white array with runes engraved on it appeared under Lu's feet. 2 minutes later, Lu felt the connection between him and the berserk bear. The divine beast contract was established just like that. Ding! Congratulations, host. You have successfully completed the mission. The reward is your divine beast berserk bear's extraordinary talent, immortal body. Immortal body, extraordinary, greatly increases the life force, defense, and life recovery ability of the divine beast, as well as the resistance of various elemental attacks. At the same time, it loses its fatal points. Ding! Because the extraordinary grade innate talent, immortal body, is very similar to the rare grade innate talent, berserk body, the rare grade innate talent has been merged with the extraordinary grade innate talent, immortal body. The extraordinary grade innate talent, immortal body, has received a slight increase. Ding! Because your berserk bear has obtained an extraordinary grade innate talent, its growth potential has increased from top grade gold to top grade star glory. Hiss! After reading the description of the immortal body talent, Lu took a deep breath. This extraordinary talent was a little heaven-defying. It was as heaven-defying as the Stormhawk's Dark Knight Meteor. Moreover, it had allowed the berserk bear's growth potential from top grade gold to skip platinum grade, directly increasing it to top grade star glory. Not only could it greatly increase its vitality, recovery ability, physical element wildness, it could even make the berserk bear lose its fatal point. After all, any divine pet would have its own vital point, and it would only decrease as its strength increased. But now that the berserk bear had lost its vital point, its strength would definitely double. This was also of great help to Lu, because when the divine pet turned into a tattoo and attached itself to his body, it was equivalent to merging with the divine pet. Not only could it use the divine pet's strength, but it could also receive the divine pet's innate blessing. As for the berserk bear's innate talent, berserk body, merging with immortal body, it was because of the extraordinary grade innate talent. It was also divided into strong and weak. Undoubtedly, it had improved the immortal body slightly. The berserk bear slowly opened its eyes. Its originally ferocious one eye looked at Lu with deep respect. It was not the battle intent and anger from before. It was because it was clear about the changes in its body. It knew that the person who gave it new life and strength was the human in front of it. Name: Berserk Bear. Talent: 1. Immortal Body, Extraordinary. 2. Rage Burst, Semi-Awakened, Rare. Growth Potential: Star Glory Top Grade, Strength Level, Bronze Low Grade. Experience Points: 0 10,000. Attributes: Beast, Earth. Loyalty: 99. Skills: 1. Rampage 2. Charge 3. Strengthened Body 4. Earth Armor. Loyalty had reached 99. This was the same as the Stormhawk. The system had said that loyalty could not reach 100. Therefore, reaching 99 was already the highest point. For Lu, it could be said that it was extremely obedient. As for why he could not reach 100, it was because divine beasts were not puppets. They had their own consciousness, their own personalities, and their own likes and dislikes. Loyalty was just a measurement. Even if divine pets were willing to sacrifice their lives for their masters, their loyalty could not reach 100. System, how can that half-awakened rage-burst talent be fully awakened? The system replied, the hardest part of this self-awakening talent is to awaken it. Actually, it's not difficult to fully awaken it. All you need to do is to let the berserk bear continue fighting. Understood. The berserk bear was on the verge of death just now, but with the immortal body talent, its life was saved. The berserk bear slowly got up and began to eat the rest of the demonized bat's body. During the process of eating, Lu could see its broken body slowly recovering at a speed visible to the naked eye. After the berserk bear ate the demonized bat's body, Lu put it into the beast master space. In the beast master space, the berserk bear could also recover well. After releasing the Stormhawk and waiting for the civilians who had not woken up, Lu returned to Termite Town. At this time, Termite Town was covered with a thick layer of black bats. The buildings did not suffer too much damage. The demonized bats were only interested in living things. However, the barbed wire that used to wrap around the town was severely damaged. It was estimated that it needed to be replaced. There were too many demonized bats that had passed by. There were almost no corpses of demonized bats. Fierce beasts often ate the corpses of their own kind. There were still a few demonized bats that remained in Termite Town. Lu brought the Stormhawk to continue exterminating them. After all, no matter how small the experience, it was still meat. Lu did not mind having more experience. Not long after, the Beast Master patrol team took the lead and Jack was the first to exit the bomb shelter. He surveyed the surroundings and saw Lu. Jack waved his hand and smiled. Lu waved back and continued to kill the demonized bats. Before killing all the demonized bats, it was best for the residents of the town to continue hiding in the bomb shelter. After half a day, the patrol team finally killed all the demonized bats in the town. After checking, they contacted the imperial capital and got the alarm lifted. As soon as Lu landed, Jack went up to welcome him and hugged him passionately. Lu, thank you for your help earlier. Lu laughed heartily and said, you're welcome, it's what we should do, we're all comrades. Actually, if Jack had abandoned those villagers, he would have had a great chance of escaping. Oh right, I just realized that your Stormhawk seems to have become much stronger. In the battle just now, its strength has increased. Jack asked curiously, what level? Lu replied, bronze grade. This matter did not need to be kept a secret. In any case, they would find out sooner or later. Hiss. Jack sucked in a breath of cold air. Brother, you're not lying to me, right? Why would I lie to you? I was planning to apply for early graduation from the school. What kind of talent do you have? If I remember correctly, you've only been in the Divine Beast Academy for less than a month. Lu shrugged and said helplessly, I'm not sure about that either. The teachers in the academy didn't say anything either. That arrogant look made Jack want to beat him up. But when he thought of Lu's Stormhawk, which had already reached the strength of bronze, he dismissed this idea. I'm over 30 years old, and I'm only a high-grade bronze beast master. Jack covered his face and sighed. You're really too scary. With you around, I feel like I've lived my whole life as a dog. Lu did not know how to comfort him, so that he would not appear to be acting pretentious. Therefore, Lu could only change the topic. Previously, thank you for reminding me to go to the high altitude, Captain. Otherwise, I might have been chased by the demonized bats. It's okay. You just became a beast master and lack combat experience. You'll be fine in the future. Lu, at this time, Shu Dahai and the others also walked out from another bomb shelter. In addition to him, there were also the civilians of Termite Town lining up to walk out one by one. Shu Dahai and Lu soon saw Hestia and Shu Xiaoxiao. Son, that's great. You're okay. As soon as Hestia saw Shu Dahai, he hugged him in his arms. Shu Dahai's sister stood obediently beside them. Mom, I'm okay. Let me see if you're hurt. After Hestia finished speaking, he wanted to check his son's body. Shu Dahai smiled and said, Mom, I'm fine. I went into the bomb shelter after I notified them. Those demonized bats didn't even touch me. Hestia smiled and said, that's good, that's good. How about Lu? Are you okay? Haha, Auntie. My divine beast can fly. It's very powerful. If you don't believe me, you can ask Captain Jack. Those demonized bats can't hurt me at all. Yes, Lu's strength is very powerful. I'm not ashamed to be inferior to him. Really? Hestia looked at Lu in shock. She never expected Lu to be so powerful. It's good that you're fine. Let's go home. On the roof of Shu Dahai's house, there was also a thick layer of bat feces. The feces gave off a pungent, sour smell, making people feel nauseous. Seeing this feces, the little girl, Shu Xiaoxiao, immediately went crazy. She was a girl who loved cleanliness. Hestia said helplessly, "Looks like we have a lot of work to do." "Haha, don't worry, watch me." Lu stretched out his hand and activated the runes that controlled the flow of water. A stream of water appeared out of thin air and quickly washed away the feces. At this time, the sky had also turned dark. Hestia and Xiaoxiao went to cook dinner together. At this time, Jack knocked on the door of Shu Dahai's family. "Jack, why are you here?" Ever since Lu killed the demonized sparrow last time, especially since Shu Dahai also actively joined the team protecting Termite Town this time, Jack and Shu Dahai got along well. It was Hestia who opened the door. "I'm here to find Lu and Dahai." "What's wrong with Lu and Dahai?" "Of course it's to thank them," Jack said with a smile. "Hestia, you might not know how outstanding your families Dahai and Lu are. They're the heroes of Termite Town." "Heroes?" Hestia asked curiously. Hestia had always thought that Shu Dahai and Lu were just responsible for the evacuation of information. They shouldn't have done anything. After all, they were just new students. But when she heard Jack praise her son and Lu, she was actually very happy. Who didn't know that in the entire Termite Town, Jack was the most powerful person? How could he not be considered a hero? Not only did your Dahai send the information to the nearby villages in time, but it also saved many civilians on the way. And Lu? If it weren't for Lu, the Red Fruit Village and Venus Village might not have survived this time. It was Lu who informed the two villages about the invasion of the demonized bats in time. Really, of course it's true. Lu not only saved the people of the two villages, he also saved many people in the town. Jack smiled awkwardly. To be precise, he also saved my life. What? Hestia's eyes widened in disbelief. She did not expect her son's friend to be so brave. And these days, she also learned from Shu Dahai that Lu was a genius student. Although she knew that Lu's talent was excellent, she didn't expect that Lu could actually save the captain of the village patrol team, Jack. At this time, Lu and Shu Dahai walked out. He had heard Jack praise him, and he was actually a little embarrassed. "Lu and Dahai, you guys came out?" Jack said very enthusiastically. "Today, our Termite Town's losses are very small, and it is worth celebrating. We, the Termite Town's beast masters, are ready to gather together." He could also be a little hesitant, but Shu Dahai backed him up. "Alright. Let's go." They walked to the only restaurant in Termite Town and entered the restaurant. Lu saw the members of the Termite Town patrol team, as well as the students who had participated in the defense of Termite Town, including Mecha. Jack smiled and said, "Alright, Lu is here, we can start eating." Lu silently counted the members of the Termite Town patrol team, but he found that one of them was missing. Jack personally poured wine for his 7 subordinates, then he smiled and asked Lu and the others, "Brother Lu, do you want to drink?" Lu shook his head. It was not that he did not like drinking. It was just that the wine in the Rune world and the wine in his world were two completely different concepts. It was equivalent to a drink, but the taste wasn't very good. Therefore, he had never really liked drinking wine from this world. The other 5 students were very interested in wine. Jack poured wine for them. To them, this was wine brewed from grain. It was absolutely a luxury. Many commoners didn't even have enough to eat, not to mention drinking wine. The imperial capital didn't allow people to brew grain wine. The only wine produced by an official winery would only be supplied to rune masters, beast masters, and influential figures. "The two of you, drink half a cup first. I'll come again after you finish." Jack put down the token and took out a glass bottle. "I prepared fruits for the 4 of you. Red tassel blood fruit juice." The red tassel blood letter was a strange beast from a foreign space in the heavenly battlefield. Although it was a strange beast, it had the appearance of a plant and the mind of an animal. It liked to suck the blood of its prey the most. The fruits it produced could strengthen one's physique after use. Moreover, the taste was very delicious. After filling up the cup for Lu and the other 3, Jack stood up and lifted it up. The others also stood up. "First of all, let us drink a toast to our brother Gulaza who sacrificed himself. He is a hero and a man. He sacrificed himself to protect the village and the villagers. Let us remember him forever." Everyone silently clinked their glasses. Everyone drank the contents of their glasses. Lu did not have much of an impression on Gulaza, they only met briefly. In his memory, Gulaza seemed to be a relatively cold and taciturn person. He did not seem to be easy to get along with. However, at this moment, his mood was still heavy. After all, Gulaza was his comrade in arms. The second toast, let's toast to Brother Lu. Brother Lu not only saved me, but also saved the names of the Red Fruit Village and Venus Village near our termite town, as well as many other villagers. Jack said loudly, this time, our city suffered the least loss from the invasion of the demonized bats, and the cities in the south of the imperial capital suffered the most. After they received the alarm, the demonized bats arrived in less than 3 minutes. They didn't even have time to arrive at the scene, and many villages disappeared in an instant. Our termite town is also the town with the least loss. Because we were informed in time, the 7 villages below are all well preserved. There are more than 3,000 people in the town, but only 20 of them are missing. They're a single beast master that died. Jack raised the wine glass in his hand again. Let's toast to Lu. All the termite town patrol team members and students who participated in the battle stood up and respectfully clinked glasses with Lu. Especially Mecha, who almost broke Lu's glass with every clink. Brother Lu, I will report your attack to the imperial capital truthfully. I am a beastmaster. These are all things that should be done. Don't be modest, let's eat, eat. Jack pointed at the pot in front of everyone with his chopsticks and said, this is the meat of the fierce beasts collected in the restaurant. We will have a hearty meal today. Let's talk about Shu Dahai's mother and sister. After Lu and Shu Dahai left, a few townsfolk knocked on the door of Shu Dahai's house not long after. Each of them was carrying gifts and came to look for Lu. Hestia, is Lu here? Looking for Lu? Yes, we are here to thank him for saving our lives. The middle-aged man standing at the front stuffed a basket of carrots into Hestia's hands. Hestia immediately said politely, everyone, don't be so polite. We are all so familiar with each other. We don't see each other often. Lu is a friend of our Dahai, and he is a beastmaster. This is what we should do. On the first day after the demonized bat invasion disaster, Lu and Shu Dahai woke up early. As soon as they woke up, they heard someone humming a song. Dahai, Lu, why are you guys up so early? Hestia smiled. Yesterday was a big battle. Why don't you rest a little more? Lu and Shu Dahai realized that Hestia was in good spirits today. Her face was flushed red. We can't sleep. Then you guys go wash up first. The food will be ready soon. Do you need our help? No need. How can I let you cook? But you can help me wake Xiao Xiao up. She's still in bed. Okay, Auntie. Lu enjoyed the comfortable life of a family. After breakfast, Lu released the berserk bear to examine its wounds. The berserk bear was bald, and its skin was barely repaired. Some of its skin had small brown fur growing out, but the more serious parts did not show any signs of growing fur. Looking at it like this, the originally berserk bear looked a little ugly and cute. This made Lu worry that the berserk bear would turn into a bald bear. If he summoned it like this, it would be too embarrassing. However, the berserk bear's injuries had recovered quite well, but its eye was still unable to recover. Although it had awakened the innate ability of a mortal body and could increase its recovery speed, it could not achieve the level of regrowing a limb. However, Lu did not care because the berserk bear did not care either. Lu even suspected that the berserk bear might have a strange taste and appreciation. It liked to use its tongue to lick the scars on its body under the sun. Moreover, when the berserk bear licked the scars, it was in a very happy mood. Damn, why did the berserk bear like the scars all over its body? This made Lu quite speechless. However, when he thought of the berserk bear that was similar to a human's burly man, Lu could understand. Those burly men liked the scars on their bodies very much, as if the scars could show the charm of a man. Lu shook his head speechlessly. However, the recovery of the berserk bear also allowed Lu's body to gradually strengthen and become a bronze-grade beast master. The next afternoon, after the holiday ended, Lu and Shu Dahai returned to the Divine Beast Academy. On the way, Lu also heard the conversations of others. It turned out that after the demonized bats left the imperial capital, it had invaded the eastern Manga city. However, the losses of Manga city were not as severe as the imperial capital. Several small towns near the imperial capital were directly destroyed by the demonized bats. After returning to the mysterious Fantasy Mountain training grounds, Lu sought teacher Mocha and directly explained to him the situation of graduating early. He had the help of the system, and regardless of whether it was runes or divine pets, their advancement speed was extremely fast. "Oh, you want to apply to graduate early?" Mocha's eyes revealed some surprise. "Your divine pet has already reached bronze grade?" "Yes." Lu's voice was very calm. Mocha patted Lu's shoulder and smiled. "After you defeated Katya that day, I knew that you would definitely apply for graduation in advance. I didn't expect that you would return so quickly on this day. But I remember that although your Stormhawk is very strong, it hasn't reached bronze grade yet, right?" As a senior teacher of the Divine Beast Academy, Mocha could naturally see the level of the Stormhawk. "During this vacation, we encountered the invasion of the demonized bats in the Imperial City. During the battle, our strength increased a little by luck." "Ha ha ha, you brat, are you just lucky? Do you think I will believe it?" Don't be modest, excessive modesty is pride." Mocha patted Lu's shoulder again and said, "The history of the Rune Academy is as long as the history of the Imperial City. In these thousands of years, we have nurtured countless outstanding rune masters, beast masters, and so on. However, I believe that you are definitely the most outstanding one." Lu did not expect Mocha to have such a high opinion of him. However, Lu did not feel proud of it. Instead, he calmly replied, "Teacher Mocha, you flatter me. I rarely praise people, but I definitely mean it when I praise you." Mocha said, "It just so happens that Katya is also graduating early. You guys might as well take the assessment together." "Okay." Although Lu was a little surprised that Katya was also applying to graduate early, he quickly felt at ease. Although Katya was not as good as Lu, her strength was indeed one of the top few geniuses in grade 3. She was completely qualified to apply to graduate early. Mocha immediately reported the matter of Lu applying to graduate early. The matter of Lu applying to graduate early was unintentionally spread. The entire grade 3 class 1 was discussing this matter. There was nothing they could do. Lu drew too much attention. It was hard for the class 1 students not to know. I originally thought that Katya applying to graduate a year early was already very impressive. I didn't expect that there would be even more abnormal ones. Lu really broke the record of the Divine Beast Academy. He was only a freshman who had awakened his divine beast for a month. To be able to apply to graduate a year earlier and even defeat Katya within a month, I'm envious. Now I finally know the reason why my parents wanted me to apologize to Lu for the matter of Lu hitting me. My grandfather said the same thing. He really wants to know about Lu's name. My father also wants me to apologize to Lu. If I don't apologize, he will personally teach me a lesson. DMN, this isn't my biological father, right? Get lost. We were obviously beaten up by Lu, yet we still have to apologize to Lu. I feel so aggrieved. So what if we're aggrieved? If you have the ability, you can surpass Lu. Forget it. The third-year students who came from influential families often knew better than the commoners how to review a situation. Apologize. All right. Thus, on the morning of the second day after Lu returned to the mysterious Fantasy Mountain training ground, before the teacher arrived, a group of grade 3 class 1 seniors took turns to apologize to Lu. "Lu, it was our fault for what happened last time, I'm sorry." "Yeah, we didn't do it on purpose last time, don't be calculative with us." "Lu, my mouth was too loose at that time, don't be calculative." "Lu, please forgive me." When these third-year seniors apologized to him one by one, Lu was still very surprised. However, he quickly came to his senses. It was very likely that he had attracted the attention of the upper-class figures in the imperial capital of the Illumination Empire. Fierce beasts ran rampant in this world. Strength was the most important thing. Only powerful rune masters and beast masters could protect the commoners. Beast masters were also the ones in power. And most of the beast masters in the imperial capital were trained in the same way. The higher-ups of the imperial capital would definitely keep an eye on the beast masters of the Divine Beast Academy, especially those geniuses. And coincidentally, Lu was that genius. He might even be the most genius in hundreds of years. It was hard for Lu not to be noticed, of course. Being noticed by others, Lu didn't care, and he even did it on purpose. He just wanted to show everyone his value and talent. Let everyone know that he, Lu, had a limitless future. Befriending him was definitely an investment with a bright future. As long as one wasn't a fool, after learning about his beast master talent, as long as there wasn't too much hatred or conflict of interest between them, their first reaction would definitely be to befriend him. No one would inexplicably set up an enemy with unlimited potential and future. Only in this way would Lu be able to obtain a better and safer life in this world. Only then would he be able to obtain more resources. It's alright, it's all in the past. What's there to forgive or not? It's already been so long. Facing the third-year student's apology, Lu naturally chose to accept it. After all, he wasn't the one who was beaten up back then. He was the one who beat up the person. Thank you, Lu, you're really magnanimous. That's right, Lu, thank you for forgiving me. Could there be anything more satisfying than this? The invasion of the demonized bats had a great impact on the actual combat training grounds of the Grade 3 Class 1. In the training grounds, many of the black iron grade weapons were missing. However, the number of demonized bats had increased significantly, causing many students who did not have any flying-type divine pets to be furious. After all, without flying-type divine pets, it would be extremely difficult to kill the demonized bats. They would be easily ambushed by the demonized bats. 3 days later, Mocha received the news that they had agreed to the early graduation applications of Lu and Katya. 2 days later, a teacher from the students was sent to Mysterious Fantasy Mountain to conduct an assessment on them. Mocha immediately got the two of them to make preparations. 2 days later, in the afternoon, the teachers from Divine Beast Academy arrived on time as expected. The people who did not come were not only the teachers from Rune Academy. Even the principal of Rune Academy, Frank, personally came. In addition, there was a military vehicle. From the military vehicle, a soldier wearing a military uniform stepped out fearlessly. The middle-aged soldier at the front looked mature and handsome, and his aura was serious. At a glance, one could tell that he was a big shot in a high position. Mocha immediately bent down and said, "Principal Frank, Morocco, why are you here?" Morocco, the Lord Protector of the Imperial Capital, Illumination Empire, smiled and said, "My daughter is about to graduate. As a father, I will definitely come no matter how busy I am." Mocha smiled and said, "Katya graduated a year early. Her talent as a beast master is very outstanding. In the future, she will definitely be able to take over the position of the guardian. Her talent is indeed not bad, but it will not be easy for her to take over my position." Morocco smiled and said, "Oh right. I heard that this year, there is also a super genius in the Divine Beast Academy?" Mocha immediately said, "Yes, Lu is indeed a super genius. He has only awakened his talent as a beast master for a month, and he already has the strength of a bronze grade." Morocco said with a smile, "I heard that he also defeated my daughter?" Although Morocco was being modest, he was still very satisfied with his daughter's strength. Especially when Katya's winged wyvern was a very rare dragon-type divine pet. Its growth potential had even reached high-grade gold. He had never thought that Katya would be defeated. Moreover, she was defeated by a new student who had just awakened his talent as a beast master less than a month ago. Even though he was used to big storms and big waves, and his mentality was very firm, he still felt that it was unbelievable. Furthermore, on Lu's side, the Berserk Bear might have been affected by its extraordinary talent, but at this moment, the Berserk Bear's body expanded once again. When it stood up, it was nearly 4 meters tall, giving off an extremely oppressive feeling. One had to know that this was only the cub of the Berserk Bear, but it was already nearly 4 meters tall. In the future, when the Berserk Bear grew into its full form, who knew how huge it would be? However, the only thing that made Lu dissatisfied was that the Berserk Bear's appearance was a little too low. It could even be said to be ugly. Its entire body was covered in crisscrossing scars. Those terrifying and savage scars appeared, but no hair grew out. It looked like this ferocious bear was a broken bear doll that had been cut by an insensible girl with scissors. Ferocious, fierce, terrifying. Such a ferocious appearance of the Berserk Bear was definitely enough to scare any devilish brat to tears. Lu touched the smooth wound that had already healed and said, "Berserk Bear, I can think of a way to help you get rid of the scars on your body in the future. Don't worry." What Lu did not expect was that after the Berserk Bear heard his words, it actually did not reveal a happy expression, but shook its head desperately. This made Lu stunned. "Do you really like the scars on your body?" The Berserk Bear nodded crazily. "All right then." Lu was speechless. As expected, when faced with such a majestic divine pet, he couldn't use his normal thinking to deal with it. Since the berserk bear liked these scars, it wasn't that he couldn't accept it. Some humans liked scars on their bodies. It was normal for fierce beasts to like scars. In any case, scars didn't affect battle. If he could scare the enemy without fighting, that would be even better. At this moment, Lu saw Mocha walking over. Lu, there's someone from the school. They're preparing to give you a test. Okay. Yo. Is this a new divine beast? It seems to be the berserk bear, right? Mocha saw the berserk bear's appearance and the corner of his mouth twitched violently. The berserk bear is indeed more suitable for you, but he looks a little special. Mocha still spoke in a very tactful manner and did not directly say the word, ugly. The examination venue was arranged in the empty space before the actual combat training, where the teachers usually taught their lessons. When Lu arrived, the surroundings were already filled with students from Class 1. They all knew that today was the day Lu and Katya would undergo the school's examination, so they did not go out and waited in front of the camp to watch the two people undergo the examination. Many of the students in Class 1 noticed Principal Frank, Katya who was beside Principal Frank, and the 5 figures dressed in military uniforms. Someone whispered, "That seems to be Katya's father." "Ah, is that the guardian? Keep your voice down. Katya's graduation assessment is today. Her father will definitely be here." Katya saw Lu and immediately said to her father, "Father? That's the Lu I wanted you to talk about." Morocco glanced at Lu and immediately nodded in satisfaction. He is indeed a good-looking man. No wonder my daughter likes him. Katya blushed and complained in a low voice, "Father, lower your voice. What do you mean I like him?" "Ha ha ha, I understand, Morocco laughed and said to Principal Frank, "Principal Frank, how about letting my subordinate do the task to test my daughter and Lu?" Frank laughed and said, "Of course, all right, Nilas, step forward." "Yes, sir." A young soldier beside Morocco stepped forward. "Nilas, don't you have a bronze-grade black feathered eagle in your hands?" "Good, you can test the strength of my daughter and Lu." Nilas said, "Reporting to the city lord. My black feathered eagle has already reached the strength of a bronze high grade. They are definitely not my match." Principal Frank smiled and said, "Don't worry, even if they don't defeat you, as long as they perform well enough, they will be able to pass the test." After Principal Frank said this, and seeing the guardian Moroccan nod his head in agreement, Nilas could only follow Mocha out. Nilas immediately saw Lu and Katya. Looking at the pretty and adorable Katya, his eyes flashed with fervor. It could be said that, from the moment Katya was born, she was the favored daughter of the heavens in the imperial capital. In the Rune World's 9 great empires, there were all sorts of powerful fierce beasts everywhere, and transportation was extremely inconvenient. This also caused the city lords of every city to become veritable local emperors. In the imperial capital's 7-star city, Katya was the princess. And the guardian of 7-star city, Morocco, was the emperor of this city. Whoever could marry Katya would be able to directly rise to the top and become a person above others. And what about the young Nilas? Having brought Morocco along for a long period of time, he often saw Katya, and it was inevitable that he would have fantasies about Katya. Nilas knew everything about Lu, because he had received orders from Morocco to conduct a detailed investigation on Lu. At the opening ceremony of the Divine Beast Academy, Katya had asked Lu to date her in front of countless teachers and students. Of course, Nilas knew about this. This was the first time Katya had expressed her good impression of a man. Don't look at how bold Katya was the last time. In fact, Katya was also a very proud person. Many boys would find it difficult to be taken seriously by Katya. Therefore, Nilas naturally rejected Lu. This is Nilas, a silver-grade beast tamer. This time, he will be the teacher of this assessment. You need to fight with him. You don't have to defeat him, but you must show your best and most outstanding side. Mocha looked at Lu and Katya and asked, "Which one of you will go first?" Katya stepped forward and said, "I'll go first." Katya's thoughts were very simple. She was not a match for Lu. If Lu made a move first and performed perfectly before her, Katya would appear very awkward in this kind of comparison. "Okay, then student Katya will take the test first." "Okay." Katya did not waste any words. She directly stretched out her hand and summoned her winged wyvern. Lu glanced at the winged wyvern's information. Its strength was still at low-grade bronze. However, this was a normal situation. Usually, it was very difficult for a divine beast to level up. Even if the winged wyvern's talent had reached gold grade, it was not that easy to level up. Not everyone could be like Lu. With the help of the system, they could quickly nurture a divine pet. Black-feathered eagle, come out too. Neelas summoned his flying-type divine pet. The black-feathered eagle turned into a black shadow and shot into the sky. Its wings spread out to 8 meters long, immediately attracting the attention of everyone. Luke casually glanced at the information of the black-feathered eagle and then lost interest. The black-feathered eagle looked very imposing, and it was even a high-grade bronze fierce beast. However, in reality, the attributes of the black-feathered eagle were really not that good. Black-feathered eagle, high-grade bronze, but only one ordinary talent, Windrider. Windrider. Able to slightly increase the damage of wind-type skills. It was a very ordinary talent, but it was already very rare for ordinary beast masters. After all, a single talent couldn't even be appraised by an appraiser. To recover a divine pet in the wild, if one wanted to obtain a fierce beast with a powerful battle talent, not only would one need strength, but one also needed a certain amount of luck. Not everyone could be like Lu, who could see through all information with a single glance. And only Lu could use the system to nurture these divine beasts, allowing them to evolve quickly, possessing powerful talents, and increasing their growth potential. The battle began. Katya's winged wyvern, although its talent was stronger than the black-feathered eagle, the gap between their levels was a little big. In the end, the winged wyvern managed to endure for more than 10 minutes before it finally collapsed. As long as her strength reaches bronze grade, she will be able to graduate. Frank stroked his white beard and smiled. Katya's low-grade bronze winged wyvern was able to endure for more than 10 minutes against Neela's high-grade bronze divine beast, the black-feathered eagle. That's already pretty good. She has the right to graduate early. The guardian Morocco was also very satisfied. He nodded and said, Katya's performance is not bad. Although it was said to be not bad, Morocco was actually very satisfied with Katya's performance. Next is that Lu. Yes, after Mocha announced Katya's defeat, Lu came to Katya's original position. Lu asked politely, Teacher Neelas, do you need to rest? Of course not. My black-feathered eagle is still very strong. Neelas smiled and said, You must be Lu. I have heard of you. You're the youngest genius in the history of the Divine Beast Academy. You have just awakened your talent as a beast master for a month, and you already have the strength of a bronze grade. You flatter me. Lu responded very calmly. Neelas said seriously, so, I will take out a little more strength to test you and see if you agree with the name of a genius. Everyone present heard Neela's words and could not help but be stunned for a moment. A look of shock appeared in their eyes. Is Teacher Neelas going to take out his true strength? He is a silver-grade beast master. This way, even Lu will not have a chance to win against Teacher Neelas. Lu is not going to win this time. But the huge black-feathered eagle in Teacher Neela's hands does not seem to be silver-grade. It is only a high-grade bronze. Hey, Teacher Neelas is by Lord Guardian's side. His strength must be very strong. On the other side, Katya looked at her father with a hint of anxiety in her eyes. Dad, Katya pouted. Morocco smiled and said, It's okay. Let Neelas raise the difficulty a little. I want to see if this Lu is a true genius. Alright. Katya pouted and looked at Lu worriedly. Mocha said, Both sides, summon your respective divine beasts. Although Lu did not know who was Guardian Morocco in 7-Star City, he could hear the discussions of the students beside him. Glancing at the Guardian Morocco of 7-Star City, he had already made up his mind. With a wave of his hand, a stream of light shot out, and the black Stormhawk spread its wings and flew high into the sky. Katya looked at the Stormhawk and muttered to herself, as expected, he has become stronger. The Stormhawk circled above everyone's heads. Its huge body, sharp claws, and golden eagle eyes were emitting light. It stared at the black-feathered eagle in front of it, and its eyes were filled with a strong battle intent. Morocco could not help but clap his hands and laugh. What a good Stormhawk. I really admire the confidence and battle intent in its eyes. Lu has trained it very well. Principal Frank laughed and said, If this kid knows that he can be suppressed by the Guardian, he will definitely be very happy. Mocha announced, I declare that the test begins. Lu, be careful. Don't be instantly killed by my black-feathered eagle. Neelas curled the corners of his mouth and ordered very easily, Black-feathered eagle, use your chain wind blades. The moment he made his move, the black-feathered eagle used its most powerful skill. The goal was to be able to defeat Lu in an instant and embarrass him. Thus, everyone's evaluation of Lu would drop. The so-called genius was only so-so. Lu did not know what Neelas was thinking, but he only wanted to win, and it would be a clean victory. Stormhawk, quickly kill and get close to him. Then, you will use chain wind blades too. Ha ha ha, Lu, you're too naive. Your divine pet is only a mid-grade bronze. Even if it has mastered the skill of chain wind blades, it is impossible for it to fight head-on against my black-feathered eagle's chain wind blades. This is the difference in strength. The best way to deal with this situation is to let your divine pet dodge. Your tactic is wrong. As soon as he finished his sentence, the black-feathered eagle let out a shrill scream and fell from the sky. Everyone was stunned. What did they see? They only saw a black shadow flash and the Stormhawk appeared above the black-feathered eagle's head. The black-feathered eagle did not have time to react before it was hit in the chest by a series of wind blades and fell from the sky. Except for a few people, no one present could see how the Stormhawk approached the black-feathered eagle. All of this was too fast. In the blink of an eye, the black-feathered eagle was instantly knocked down. Neelas widened his eyes and looked at the black-feathered eagle that kept falling. He cried out, "How is this possible?" He could not believe his eyes. Although he had not trained this black-feathered eagle for long, it had the strength of a high-grade bronze divine beast. However, this was definitely not something that could be defeated by someone who had just become a bronze-grade beast master. When he arrived, he could feel his cheeks burning. Just now, he had said that the other party had to be more careful, or else he would be instantly killed. He had even bragged shamelessly that if Lu's tactics were wrong, he would only dodge the black-feathered eagle instead of fighting head-on. In the end, his black-feathered eagle was instantly knocked out. Katya looked at the incomparably handsome Stormhawk circling in the sky and then looked at the handsome and confident youth in the distance. For a moment, she was a little dazed. Morocco said in surprise, "I didn't expect that Lu's strength had reached middle-grade bronze. With such talent, he is definitely the strongest beastmaster in the history of Yellow Mountain City." Lu won? The examiner was killed instantly? The black-feathered eagle, who couldn't even be defeated by Katya, was killed instantly by Lu's divine pet. Lu is too strong. My god, Lu was still top-grade black iron last time. This leveling speed. I'm jealous. The third-year students who were watching the battle couldn't help but exclaim in surprise. In the assessment grounds, Lu asked, "Teacher Mocha, can we announce the results now?" "Yes." Mocha took a deep breath and tried his best to calm himself down. There was no other way. The shock that Lu had given him was too great. "I announce the results of the competition. Lu wins." The grade 3 class 1 students could not help but stand up and cheer. Regardless of whether it was fake or not, they had given Lu enough face. This group of students were all from wealthy families. They knew very well what Lu's talent meant. Even the people of 7-Star City who supported Morocco back then weren't this terrifying. Principal Frank smiled and said to Katya, "Let's go. Follow me to announce the results of the assessment." Yes. The results were already very obvious. Principal Frank walked to the examination venue. All the associations had said that they would all quieten down. He waved at Lu, signaling him to come over. Lu and Katya stood beside Principal Frank on both sides. Principal Frank announced loudly, "I announce that students Lu and Katya have successfully passed the academy's assessment and graduated early. You guys are too awesome. Awesome, Lu, from now on, you will be my idol. Katya, remember to come back and visit us in the future." The grade 3 class 1 students cheered again. The crowd was angry and harmonious. Principal Frank said to the two of them kindly, "This is your graduation certificate." In fact, Frank had already prepared their graduation certificate. He had long known the strength of Lu and Katya. It was not difficult for them to pass this assessment. "Thank you, Principal. Thank you, Principal." Lu's face also revealed a smile. The hard work of the past month had finally paid off. With this graduation certificate, he would be able to complete the check-in procedures in 7-Star City. After completing the check-in procedures, he would be able to bring Shu Dahai's mother, Hestia, and Shu Xiaoxiao to live in 7-Star City. He had already treated Shu Dahai's family as his family. In 7-Star City, other than having money, one also had to have a status to be able to buy a villa in 7-Star City. Lu was not lacking at all. What he lacked was a status. Now, he already had a status. Moreover, he did not even need to buy it himself. 7-Star City would directly gift him a commercial house with an area of 120 square meters. A commercial house with an area of more than 100 square meters in 7-Star City was an extremely rich fortune for anyone. Fierce beasts ran amok. In this runic world, the value of real estate had risen to an extremely terrifying degree. Because the houses in the city weren't just wealth, but also a matter of life and death. Many commoners who lived outside the city dreamed of living in the city even in their dreams. Of course, only with this diploma from the Divine Beast Academy, Shu Dahai's mother and sister could only live in the outer area of 7-Star City. Only by becoming a real beast master, joining the 7-Star City's direct army, becoming an official of 7-Star City, or some special occupation, could Shu Dahai's family live in the safer central area. 7-Star City also had an inner city district, but only the high officials and dignitaries of 7-Star City, as well as powerful rune masters or beast masters, could live there. That was the core of 7-Star City, the safest place in 7-Star City. This was because the guardian of 7-Star City, Morocco, as well as the family members of other experts, all lived in the inner city district. Student Lu, smile. That's right, that's the smile. Click. With the click, Mocha pressed the shutter of the camera, and time forever stopped at this moment. After 6 years of taking pictures, Principal Frank said amiably, Lu, the guardian wants to see you later. Okay. Lu nodded. Why did he choose to defeat the black-feathered eagle in one move? His fundamental goal was to meet the guardian of 7-Star City, Morocco. Principal Frank brought Lu in front of Morocco. Morocco smiled and said, You're Lu, right? Greetings, guardian, Morocco said, no need to be so polite. I have long heard Katya talk about you. She said that you are the youngest and most talented beast master in the history of the Divine Beast Academy. I didn't believe it in the past, but now I believe it. After a round of praises, Lu didn't know how to answer. At this time, Lu had roughly guessed the relationship between Morocco and Katya. Today is my daughter's graduation. It's a great day, Morocco smiled and said, you also graduated today, and you're my daughter's classmate. As a parent, I want to treat you to a simple meal at my home. Is that okay? Of course, it's my honor. Other than Frank, the strongest person from 7-Star City invited him, of course, Lu could not refuse. At this moment, Lu noticed that the 4 soldiers behind Morocco, as well as teacher Mocha and the others, were looking at him with eyes full of envy. To be able to get the guardian of 7-Star City to personally invite him to be a guest, this was not a treatment that an ordinary person could enjoy. Alright, let's go. Getting on the military vehicle, they returned to 7-Star City. There were no obstructions along the way, and they did not encounter any obstacles. The vehicle passed through the bustling outer city district, passed through the orderly central city district, and finally entered the core inner city district of 7-Star City. Just as they stepped into the inner city district, what appeared in front of Lu was a sea of greenery and rows of small villas. The people who lived here were all dressed neatly and had smiles on their faces. They were all at ease and cultivating immortality. Katya asked, how is it? Isn't it very beautiful? It is indeed very beautiful, Lu nodded in agreement. Then, he added, however, it seems too comfortable. I'm not suitable to live here. However, it's quite good to arrange for my family to live here. Morocco laughed and said, Lu, I'm very happy that you can say these words. I'm just expressing my feelings, Lord Guardian. You and Katya are classmates, and you can be considered a younger generation. From now on, you can just call me uncle. Uncle, yes. Morocco smiled in satisfaction. To be able to have a good relationship with Morocco, in Lu's opinion, that was the best. Lu was not the kind of person who had eyes on his head. He did not see eye to eye with anyone, nor was he the kind of troublemaker who made enemies everywhere. He only wanted to increase his strength steadily, protect his family, and let himself live a better life. Morocco smiled and said, there's something I want to confess to you. What is it? After you defeated Katya last time, I sent people to investigate a piece of information about you. You won't mind, right? So it's about this matter. Of course I don't mind, uncle. Lu was already prepared to be investigated. No matter what, he was just a talented beast master. No, if I don't make it up to you, as an elder, I won't feel at ease. Morocco pointed to the villa outside and said, how about this? I'll give you a villa, how about it? I just heard that you want your family to live here, isn't that just right? But don't you have no family? Lu did not change his expression and explained, "Yes, I don't have any family. I come from the heavenly battlefield and only have one master. However, my master has already traveled around the world. I was also ordered to travel around the 9 empires. It's just that I have a friend named Shu Dahai. His family treats me very well. I treat them as my family." So that's how it is. After Morocco heard this, it suddenly understood. It looked at Lu with a hint of admiration. How could someone who could treat his friend's parents as his own have a bad character? And Lu was somewhat enlightened. He really understood Morocco's thoughts. This was a kind of test, as the guardian of 7-Star City, facing a genius like Lu. Apart from admiration, Morocco might also feel fear. After all, Lu was not a citizen of the Illumination Empire, but came from the heavenly battlefield. Morocco needed Lu to give him a guarantee. "Thank you, uncle. I really can't refuse this gift of yours." "Good, that's good," Morocco ordered. "West Adjutant, remember to help Lu deal with the villa." "Understood, Lord Guardian." Morocco's home was located in the center of 7-Star City. It could be said to be extremely luxurious. There were groups of servants in the villa. There was a manor, a forest, a rockery, and even a man-made lake. Lu really had a simple meal at Morocco's home. There were only 4 people on a table. They were Morocco, Katya, Katya's mother, Rianya, and Lu. Anyway, the way Rianya looked at Lu made him feel awkward. After a simple meal, they came to the living room. Morocco asked Lu, "What are your plans for the future? Why don't you come to 7-Star City and take up a post in the military?" Lu said honestly, "Uncle, in the future, I might have to leave 7-Star City and wander around the 9 empires." After spending half a day together, Lu could finally see that Morocco liked honest people. Adventuring outside. That's what you should do. With your talent, you really shouldn't be stuck in a city for the rest of your life. Only by adventuring outside can you have higher achievements. Morocco nodded in agreement. "When I was young, I also adventured outside for more than 20 years. Later, I returned to 7-Star City and served as the Guardian. Thank you for your understanding, Lord Guardian. However, it is extremely dangerous outside the wilderness. With your current strength, it is still a little too early for you to venture outside," Morocco said. "The runic world is filled with fierce beasts, and it is extremely dangerous. If you want to venture outside, you still need to train and learn properly. It is best for you to wait until you possess the strength of a silver-grade beast master and 3 silver-grade divine pets before venturing outside. As a senior, I'll give you some advice," and Lu nodded. Morocco's words were indeed for his own good. "How about this? You can take up a post in the army to train for a period of time. When you feel that you're fully prepared and have enough strength to leave the safe zone, you can leave the army." Lu rolled his eyes. He knew that this was the best choice for him. Previously, he, Rexton, Kamiya, and the others had come to the Illumination Empire using the official road of the safe zone. It was still very safe. Now, although he had some strength, if he were to immediately enter the dangerous wilderness, it would still be very dangerous. "Can I? Why not?" Morocco patted Lu on the shoulder. "Lu, I think highly of you. I also hope that you can become a super powerhouse. This is the good fortune of our 7-Star City." "Thank you, uncle. I am willing to serve in the army." That's good. After settling down your friend's family, you can go to the Central City Region Military Headquarters, Deputy Haas. He will explain to you all the duties and responsibilities of 7-Star City's military." Morocco said, "Get to know him a little. You can choose where you like to go and let him arrange it for you." "Adjutant Haas, I will leave the matter of Lu to you. You have to take good care of Lu." The adjutant immediately said respectfully, "Lord Guardian, don't worry. I will take good care of Lu." Of course, Adjutant Haas knew what his Lord Guardian was thinking. Lu's talent as a beast master was too strong. In time, his strength was very likely to surpass Morocco. Perhaps a very small number of guards or city lords would feel apprehensive when they discovered that a genius-level beast master had appeared in their city. They might even want to kill this genius to prevent their status from being affected in the future. However, the majority of human city lords were rather magnanimous. As long as these genius beast masters were willing to accept the slightest bit of the Lord Guardian's presence and didn't have any conflict of interest with the Guardian would properly nurture these young genius beast masters. It wasn't for anything else, but for the survival and reproduction of their race. As the Guardian, they were also shouldering the heavy burden of humanity. They also hoped that their subordinates would all be strong, their combat strength incomparably formidable. Adjutant Haas got someone to drive Lu back to the Divine Beast Academy. At the entrance of the Divine Beast Academy, Adjutant Haas said goodbye to Lu. "Brother Lu, if you come looking for me, tell the guards in the army that you're here to look for me. Haas. Tell them your name, and they'll naturally bring you to me. If I'm not here, there'll be someone to receive you as well, don't worry." "Thank you, Adjutant Haas." Hearing Lu's very polite tone, a smile appeared on Haas' face. "Don't mention it. The Guardian values you very much, work hard to raise your strength." In the inner city of Seven Star City, Morocco's family was sitting in the Hall of Hang. Morocco's wife, Rianya, asked, "Morocco, is that Lu the genius that you mentioned earlier, who is even more powerful than our daughter?" Rianya was also a powerful beast trainer. Because of her personality, Rianya didn't like to stay in Seven Star City and enjoy life. She preferred to go out to fight and hunt fierce beasts. Therefore, Rianya didn't know much about Lu, but she had heard of him occasionally. Katya leaned on the sofa and said weakly, "Mom, don't compare me to Lu. What kind of genius am I? In front of Lu, I'm nothing. Tell me quickly." Katya then simply described the incident with Lu. "What?" Rianya widened her eyes and said in surprise, "After awakening for more than a month, he became a bronze-grade beast master. And he instantly knocked out Neela's black-feathered eagle. How is that possible?" Rianya obviously didn't believe this. She was also born in the aristocracy of the Illumination Empire. She had seen all kinds of geniuses. She herself was also a genius beast master. How could someone become a bronze-grade beast master within a month after awakening the talent of a beast master, and even defeat Neela's black-feathered eagle, the elite warrior of Seven Star City? It should be known that it was very difficult for a beast master's divine pet to level up. Even if a genius beast master wanted to level up his divine beast, he would have to spend a lot of time and energy. No one would believe that a newly awakened divine beast could become a bronze-grade pet in a month. If I didn't see it with my own eyes, I also think that it couldn't have happened. Morocco sighed. But that Lu is so powerful. His pet's fighting talent is probably rare. If it wasn't for the fact that we can't snatch other people's divine pets, I can't help but want to take action. After the beast master died, the divine pets that signed a contract with them would usually defect. When the beast master class first appeared, it was not like there were no people who had designs on other people's divine pets. In the end, they found that other people's divine pets could not be snatched. Every divine pet could only sign a contract with one beast master in their lifetime. Rianya said, "Morocco, that Lu couldn't have a special talent that could promote the rapid growth of divine pets, right?" "Yes, it's possible. If that's the case, I think this Lu's future achievements will surpass yours, right?" Rianya's shocked emotions still hadn't calmed down. The proof of Katya and Morocco had instead caused waves in Rianya's heart. If that was really the case, this youth called Lu would probably surpass Morocco and become one of the strongest figures in the Illumination Empire. No, he might even surpass the 9 great empires and become one of the strongest human experts in the runic world. If there are no accidents, he will definitely do so, Morocco nodded. Then, he looked at Katya with a smile. "Speaking of which, our little girl's taste is really good." "Rianya, you still don't know, right? Lu just entered the Divine Beast Academy on the first day, and our daughter confessed to Lu in front of the entire school." "What? There's such a thing? But Lu is really good," Rianya said in surprise, "but why didn't I know about this?" "Katya, tell Mom. Do you like Lu?" Katya saw that her father had told her about this matter in public, and her face immediately turned hot and her ears turned red. She wanted to find a crack to burrow into, so she could only run to her own room. Hey, daughter. Why did she run away?" Rianya asked curiously when she saw Katya running away in a hurry. Ha, that's because your daughter was rejected." Morocco laughed loudly. He rarely saw Katya like this. Usually, Katya was carefree, and her personality was a little spoiled. She was quick-tempered, and he often ridiculed her for not looking like a girl. Lu went straight to Shu Dahai and told him his idea of moving Shu Dahai's family out of the city. Shu Dahai already knew that Lu had already graduated early, and he was feeling extremely happy and joyful for Lu's arrival. When he heard that Lu wanted to help him move his family out of the city, he was stunned. Seeing his shocked expression, Lu said softly, "We are all friends. Your family is also my family." Lu patted Shu Dahai's shoulder. Shu Dahai's eyes were filled with tears. He wanted to say a lot of words of gratitude, but he did not know how to say it. Countless words piled up in his throat, and his chest rose and fell in excitement. Thank you, Lu. Countless thousands of words finally converged into one sentence of thanks, but it was already better than other thanks. Alright, stop being so pretentious, we are all men. I've already asked the school for a leave of absence for you, and now you're with me. What? Lu rejected Katya. Why? Rianya exclaimed. It was obvious that she could not believe that her daughter had been rejected by Lu. Katya and Rianya's personalities were very similar, and Katya had inherited Rianya's beauty. She was even more beautiful than Rianya. So Rianya could not understand. Her daughter had taken the initiative to confess, but Lu had actually rejected her? Damn it! Why did he reject a beautiful woman's confession? Rianya pressed her daughter, but Katya closed the door. Open the door, open the door, Katya, we can have a good talk. Rianya banged on the door and shouted, if you really like that Lu, I can kidnap Lu first and let you two cook the rice. What do you think? Morocco's hand trembled when he heard his wife's words, and the tea in the teacup almost spilled out. His wife was really fierce. Fortunately, Katya did not respond. Otherwise, Morocco had no doubt that Rianya would directly carry a big stick and secretly find Lu. Then, taking advantage of Lu's unprepared state, she would secretly give Lu a bludgeon and knock him unconscious and carry him home. Lu and Shu Dahai returned to Termite Town. Shu Dahai told Hestia and Shu Xiaoxiao that Lu wanted them to move into the city. It made them both excited and surprised at the same time. However, after Lu and Shu Dahai's explanation, they finally accepted it. Their surprise turned into excitement. Especially when Shu Xiaoxiao learned that they were going to move into the city, she was so excited that she couldn't sleep the whole night. They started packing in the middle of the night. Mom, I don't want this chair anymore. Hestia said awkwardly, this chair can still be used. It would be a pity to throw it away. Then give it away, the chair has been here for too long. Besides, the new house has everything, not to mention furniture. Auntie, if you bring it over, it will only take up space. Give the old clothes away too. Those gold coins are enough for you to buy a new one. Under Lu and Shu Dahai's persistent request, Hestia reluctantly gave many pieces of furniture and clothes to the neighbors who usually took care of Shu Dahai. Many people in Termite Town knew that Shu Dahai had become a beast master and had even befriended a powerful beast master. This beast master was going to help Shu Dahai and bring Hestia and Shu Xiaoxiao to 7-Star City to enjoy themselves. I really envy Hestia. She gave birth to a good son, and his luck is so good. Hestia, remember to come back often with Dahai to see us. Xiaoxiao, can I come to the city to look for you in the future? Shu Dahai pointed at a pile of things with a headache and said, Mom, throw these away too. Son, can you not? Hestia said with some grievance, these are all your childhood toys. This is your father's favorite toolbox. This is the crib that your father made for you. Shu Dahai pursed his lips. In her eyes, these things might be tattered, but to Hestia, these were the most important memories of her life. Alright, then take them all away. The place is spacious anyway. Not long after, the members of the Termite Town patrol team heard about this. Jack directly gave Lu a bear hug. Brother, I heard that you're going to move into the city with Dahai. Lu's cheerful reply came. Yes, I graduated early. I knew it. You're really awesome. Jack fiercely hit on Lu's chest. It was more like he was venting his emotions. Then, he also greeted Shu Dahai. Shu Dahai said gratefully, thank you for taking care of me these days, Captain. What's there to take care of? In the future, I might even need you to take care of me. Jack looked at the pile of things beside Shu Dahai and said, these, do they need to be moved? Yes, my mother can't bear to part with them. I had to move it away. I'm currently worrying about it. Oh right, Lu, the house given to you in 7-Star City shouldn't be too big, right? Lu chuckled and said, I live in the inner city district. FCK, a big villa. Jack was shocked. Lu nodded. FCK, Big Brother knelt down for you. Jack scratched his head hard, but he quickly adjusted his emotions. Speaking of which, a genius like you should indeed live in a villa. It's alright. One should pay attention to living. This kid doesn't know what's good for him. Don't you know how many people dream of living in the inner city? Jack pointed at his eyes and said, look, are my eyes red? No, alright, don't say anything. We'll drink together when we're free. Jack smiled and said, it doesn't matter if you have a lot of things. Just leave them here. We'll help you move to the subway station. Isn't that troubling you? What's there to be embarrassed about? We're comrades in arms no matter what, Jack asked loudly. Brothers, don't you agree? Yes. The members of the patrol team responded loudly. The members of the patrol team and some civilians of Termite Town also took the initiative to help Shu Dahai and the others move. After getting on the subway, the group came to the entrance of 7-Star City. Jack even helped Lu find a small van. Then, Jack and the members of the patrol team, as well as the villagers of Termite Town, left. The patrol team had responsibilities and could not stay any longer. The villagers also sent their best wishes to Shu Dahai's family. The truck driver was a talkative person. When he saw the posture of Lu and Shu Dahai's family, he knew that they had moved in from outside the city. Thus, he started chatting with Shu Dahai's mother, Hestia. Especially after learning that Lu had graduated from a certain school and obtained the permission of the guard to move into 7-Star City, he kept praising Lu. Were those your old family members who gave you a gift just now? Yes, they were all from the town. They got along well with each other. This is all thanks to my son and Lu, especially Lu. During the last demonized bat crisis, he saved a lot of people in the town. That's right, he's a hero. The truck driver asked, where are you going? Lu replied, I'm going to the central city first. I need to go to the army. Young man, have you joined the army? That's great. Fierce beasts were rampant in the wild. Was there a beast tide invading the town? The civilians were all protected by the military personnel. The military personnel had a very high position in the establishment, especially the military beast masters. Yes. When he came to the army, Lu asked the driver to wait for a moment. He reported Ha's name to the soldiers on duty and was quickly received. The one who received him was a soldier around 20 years old. Haas is not here today. My name is Yi Dong, I will receive you. Today, I plan to move my home to the inner city. Yi Dong said, the villa has been prepared for you. You can move in now. I can take you there now. Then I'll have to trouble you. Yi Dong smiled and said, it's all right. Wait for me for a moment. I have to go back and report. I need to get some things. Okay. 5 minutes later, Yi Dong and 7 or 8 soldiers jumped onto the small truck. To inner city. The truck driver said in surprise, Sir, my car cannot enter the inner city. Yi Dong said, it's okay, I have a pass, okay. Beside Lu, Shu Xiaoxiao asked in a small voice, Brother Lu, are we going to move into the inner city? Yes. Live in a villa? Everyone in 7-Star City knew that the inner city was the safest place to live. All of them lived in villas. Yes. Shu Xiaoxiao could not believe it. Aren't we staying in Central City? It's arranged by the higher-ups. Brother Lu, I really love you to death. Shu Xiaoxiao kissed Lu's face fiercely. It made everyone smile. After passing through the sentry post, the truck drove into the inner city area. After another 3 kilometers, Yi Dong finally stopped the truck. Lu looked at the surrounding illusion and found that it was very close to the luxurious villa of Morocco that was guarded by 7-Star City. Yi Dong jumped off the truck. He pointed at an elegant villa hidden in the shadows of the trees and said, this is the residence that Adjutant Haas prepared for you. Even if it is the villa with the best location in the inner city core area, the people living around it are all top-notch beast masters and rune masters of 7-Star City. Of course, this location was very good. It was not far from the Morocco's family that was the guardian of 7-Star City. This was equivalent to being passively protected by the Morocco family. Lu knew that this was definitely arranged by Morocco. It was a kind of surveillance and also a kind of protection. As long as Lu did not threaten 7-Star City and endanger Morocco, Lu and Shu Dahai's family could get the protection of at least platinum-grade beast masters and countless 7-Star City's strong people around them. It could be said that they had nothing to worry about. Lu accepted this gift. Morocco treated him well. Only a fool would act recklessly. Yi Dong smiled and pointed to a tall building not far away. That is the residence of Lord Morocco's divine beast. Mom, quickly pinch me. See if I am dreaming. Shu Xiaoxiao was unfamiliar. Are we sitting next door to the Lord Guardian? As soon as the villa door opened, Shu Xiaoxiao rushed in. Yi Dong showed Lu and Hestia the inside and outside of the villa. Lu was very satisfied. It was needless to say for Hestia. Even now, Hestia still felt that it was a little unreal. Lu's villa, of course, could not be as luxurious as Morocco's. The two-story attic was more than 300 square meters. The decoration was simple and elegant. All kinds of furniture and appliances were available. There was a green lawn in front of the house, and a large garden of 3 to 4 acres behind the house. Yi Dong introduced, they are all cleaned and can be moved in directly. The cleaners will come every day to clean, and the guards will also have professional gardeners to handle it. We will settle the fees for these servants. You don't have to spend money. Hestia looked at the garden at the back of the villa and could not help but sigh. How nice it would be to grow a vegetable garden here. Big brother Yi Dong, can we grow vegetables in this garden? Of course. The garden is attached to the villa. You're the owners of the villa. You can use it however you want. Lu smiled and said, Auntie, if you like, you can also cultivate a piece of land to grow them. Really? Hestia hesitated. She was afraid of embarrassing Lu. There's nothing wrong with liking gardening. Lu knew that Shu Dahai's mother, Hestia, had been busy for most of her life. If she suddenly came to the inner city with nothing, she would definitely feel uncomfortable. It was better to find something for her to do, plant some vegetables, have a hobby, and kill time. Yi Dong also smiled and persuaded, Auntie, you're not the only one growing vegetables in the garden in the inner city. Really? How about I take you to visit the vegetable gardens of other residents? Hestia laughed and said, ha ha ha, then I'll plant. After seeing the villa, under the command of Hestia, Yi Dong led the few soldiers and put everything in the van into the villa. After they left, Shu Xiaoxiao was paralyzed with. She sighed comfortably and said, the soft sofa is so comfortable, it feels like a dream. It's okay. As long as you're happy. Seeing that his mother and sister were satisfied, Shu Dahai and Lu also smiled gently. Although Hestia was not his real family, Lu had truly treated them as his family. To be able to make his family safe and prosperous, to be carefree, to be able to provide them with a safe shelter, this was also his goal. However, he could not stay in his warm and comfortable home for a long period of time. Lu had never forgotten that this was an extremely cruel period. Since Morocco had given him such good treatment, it was entirely because they saw his potential. Alright, rest well. I'm going to the army to see if there are any suitable posts for me. Alright, but Lu, you have to protect yourself well. Hestia naturally knew that the reason they were able to live in the villa was because 7-Star City was loyal to Lu. Don't worry, Lu smiled and joked, my Stormhawk is very strong now. Okay. Lu took out a bunch of gold coins and crystal cores from his body. He put them in Hestia's hands. Auntie, Xiao will be able to report to the new school in a few days. Go to the supermarket and buy some new clothes and new learning tools for her. Dress her up beautifully. Also, buy yourself some new clothes. Crystal cores and gold coins could be circulated in the market. The purchasing power of crystal cores was even stronger than gold coins. Okay. Hestia took the crystal cores and asked, okay, I'll buy some for you too. Hestia also treated Lu as her family, so she didn't refuse. Okay. When they arrived at the military headquarters, he found Yi Dong again. After they entered the mobile office, someone brought them tea. Is there anything else? Lu smiled and said, of course it's about joining the army? Yi Dong smiled and said, why? You just moved to your new home. Don't you want to rest for a few days? I haven't changed my mind. Let's get to work first. Okay. Yi Dong was also a straightforward person. He took out a booklet and handed it to Lu. This is the responsibility of all the posts in 7-Star City. Adjutant Haas told me to let you pick anything you want. He can even arrange for you to enter. This was the treatment of connections. Do you have any good suggestions? Yi Dong took the booklet and flipped through a few pages. Then, he pointed at the post on it and said, in the 7-Star City Army, this position has the most intense battle. In the eyes of the casualties, it is the most dangerous and has the highest degree of freedom. Take a look. Reclamation was wrong. On the surface, the 7-Star City Army had two large forces. One was the Guard Force, which was responsible for protecting the 7-Star City area and the safety zone outside the city. At the same time, there was also a police squad to maintain law and order. The Termite Town Patrol Squad that Jack was in belonged to the Guard Force. These troops were relatively safe, and the task of the reclamation troops was extremely arduous. They needed to fight in the wild, eliminating as many fierce beasts as possible, to fight for more living space for the people living in 7-Star City, and to satisfy the requirements of population expansion. The battle of the reclamation troops was the most intense, and the degree of danger was the highest. The number of Beast Master experts born was also the highest. Staying in 7-star city is not right for me. The reclamation troops is indeed suitable for me. Your current strength is only bronze grade. I can arrange for you to be near the mysterious fantasy mountain. Yi Dong pointed at the location of the 7-star city on the military map on the wall behind him. We have an iron mine in 7-star city. It's currently the focus of the reclamation troops' attack. The mysterious fantasy mountain originally had an extremely powerful star glory grade move. However, it was chased away by our Lord Guardian. A few platinum grade fierce beasts were also killed. At this point, Yi Dong had no choice but to admit defeat. Now, the strongest one left is only at the gold grade. The demonized bat disaster not long ago caused the beasts in Mysterious Fantasy Mountain to suffer heavy losses as well. I reckon that by next year, Mysterious Fantasy Mountain will be completely wiped out. Yi Dong, may I ask, how much did our 7-star city suffer from the previous disaster? Yi Dong hesitated for a moment and said with a heavy tone, there's no need to hide it from you. After the entire 7-star city, more than 300 people have died, and more than 7,000 people have gone missing. Those people who had gone missing were probably dead. However, they had been eaten by the demonized bats, and not even their bodies were left behind. So serious? We're fine. The ones in Star Ocean City suffered the most. There are more than 30,000 people in the world. So many? Oh, people? Lu could not imagine it at all. Yi Dong shook his head and said, you've been staying in the safety zone outside the city for a long time. You're not well informed, so you might not know the survival status of the entire human race. We're trying to survive in the crack between the fierce beasts. Yes, this time, Star Ocean City was caught unprepared. To the south of Star Ocean City is the Anriz mountain range. The fierce beasts in the Anriz mountain range are extremely powerful. According to the investigation, there are likely to be more than one beast above the level of Star Glory. The beast tide that appeared every few years didn't show up, and Star Ocean City didn't dare to march experts toward the Anriz mountain range casually. The disaster of the demonized bats broke out from the south of the Anriz mountain range. The demonized bats crossed the Anriz mountain range and triggered the riot of the fierce beasts in the Anriz mountain range. Then, they attacked Star Ocean City together. There were a few things that didn't happen, and Star Ocean City was caught unprepared. Yes. Lu's face turned serious, too. He moved and took a deep breath. However, even though we were caught unprepared, the city lord of Star Ocean City still sent a few experts to inform the surrounding cities with flying divine beasts. That's why we have the time to sound the air defense alarm. I got it. In fact, there are also powerful forces around our 7-star city that even the Guardian can't deal with. Fortunately, they rarely show up. Yi Dong spread his hands. Of course, if they frequently appear, our 7-star city would have long ceased to exist. Hearing this, Lu felt his heart sink. A pressure suddenly arose. It was really not easy for humans to survive in this world. Lu asked a question that had troubled him for a long time. Why don't those forces attack us or destroy us humans? I've thought about this question before, but I only found out about it later. Yi Dong revealed a strange smile. What do you think we are in the eyes of the beasts? Lu suddenly became enlightened. We are also beasts? Yes. Yi Dong nodded. In the eyes of the beasts, we are also a kind of beasts. Although we humans tend to be arrogant, strictly speaking, in this world, we humans are about the same as these beasts. The fierce beasts need to fight for the survival resources, and so do we humans. Although we humans have beast masters and rune masters, the vast majority of us humans are ordinary civilians. We are no different from the fierce beasts. We are all constantly competing for the survival resources of our species. Therefore, as long as the fierce beasts are not hungry, as long as we don't invade their territory, and as long as the fierce beasts don't dislike us, they will not target us. Lu nodded seriously. I understand. Thank you, Yi Dong, for your clarification. No need to thank me. In the future, there will also be seniors who will help you clarify your doubts. In the future, you will also help your juniors clarify their doubts. Yes. Finally, I have to tell you that apart from being careful of the fierce beasts, you also have to be careful of the humans. It's actually fine between comrades, but for others, you have to be vigilant. Yi Dong's face was solemn as he lost. There are good and bad people. Even our Illumination Empire isn't stable. There will always be scum appearing from time to time. I'll be careful. Yi Dong didn't need to explain this to Lu, he understood. He had lived 2 lifetimes. How could he not know the secrets behind this? Tell me your height, weight, and shoe size. I'll send someone to send your uniform to your home. Come back in 3 days. I'll bring you to the army. Okay. That afternoon, Lu changed into a second lieutenant uniform. Due to the scarcity of beast masters, they were the main fighting force against fierce beasts. Therefore, as long as a beast master had joined the army, they would at least have the rank of second lieutenant. It was said that a man depended on his clothes and a horse's saddle. Lu himself was very handsome. He had sword-like eyebrows and starry eyes, and his body was tall and sturdy. Coupled with his straight military uniform, he looked energetic, calm, and dignified, and his appearance was extraordinary. Wearing this military uniform would make people unconsciously overlook his age. Lu looks so handsome in his military uniform. Shu Xiaoxiao shouted excitedly from the side, "It's all right." It was also that afternoon when Katya came to visit with a gift. Katya received a warm welcome from Hestia and Shu Xiaoxiao. After Katya left, Hestia kept asking Lu about the relationship between Katya and him. After Lu told Hestia and Shu Xiaoxiao about Katya's identity, the two of them stopped gossiping. "Lu, do you think Katya will like you? About that, we'll talk about it later." Lu had no choice. He could only use the word drag. How could Lu not know what Hestia meant? What a joke. If Katya was mentioned, there would be others. However, the current Lu did not want to get married and be bound by these things. After all, Lu had yet to truly integrate into this world. Regarding this matter, Lu did not want to respond. In this world, the age of marriage was relatively early. Lu was deeply afraid that Hestia would worry about his marriage when the time came. 3 days had passed. Lu ran to the army. Yi Dong drove the army vehicle and rushed all the way to Mysterious Fantasy Mountain.